Big Blue!
Hey, this is John Sylvie from Zaxby's 591 South Marietta Parkway. I'm here with LZ. We're at Northcutt Stadium, home of the Blue Devils. Come by and see us whenever you get a chance. Go Big Blue!
I'm Mary Jane Cawthorn, part of the legal team at Cawthorn, Noren, Owen, and a proud graduate of Marietta High School. We are known as Atlanta's caring lawyers, and we proudly support this community. We're ready to help your family in areas like family law and personal injury. We can help with legal needs related to aging parents, create or update your will, or make sure your estate planning is where it needs to be.
Visit atlantascaringlawyers.com.
Welcome everyone to Northcutt Stadium, located in Marietta, Georgia, home of the Marietta Blue Devils. We have a top 10 matchup tonight. My name is Drexel Cook. I'll be with you throughout the duration of this game. Try to give you a good play-by-play, let you know what's going on. Normally, I have LT Melton here with me, but LT's not here today, so I have a special guest. I actually have a treat for everybody. I have Coach Will Cawthorn joining me up here in the booth. How you doing, Will?
Doing all right. Hope everybody out there in Blue Devil Nation's ready for this matchup tonight against Colquitt County Packers and the Marietta Blue Devils.
Yeah, so, Coach, what are you looking forward to in this game? What are you looking at? You've coached a lot of these kids since they were freshmen, so what are your expectations tonight?
Well, as always, high school football being the first game of the year, I believe the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to be most likely to be the champion this year. Also, it's going to be seeing what a bunch of young kids can do. Marietta's got 25 seniors, 20 returning starter or lettermen from last season. Although they went 3-8, there are high expectations because Coach Richard Morgan always plans one of the best non-conference schedules of any team in the state, and it always ends up paying for us when it comes on to November and December.
All right. Well, that sounds great. Let's hold off for a moment. We're about to hear the national anthem, so I'll put everybody on hold. All right, we're back. So, Will, you were saying that Coach Morgan has done a good job as far as, just scheduling tough competition since he started his tenure here at Marietta, and this year is definitely not deterring from his normalcy. I mean, this is the first 5 games, I called it the gauntlet.
Well, considering our non-area schedule and having North Cobb and Walton, who are widely considered 2 of the top 5 teams preseason in the state, it looks like at some point in the season we'll have ended up playing 6 or 7 teams that'll be ranked in the top 10, and that will put us there with week in and week out the hardest schedule of anybody in the state.
I agree, and I mean it paid off quite a bit. Since his tenure, when he came, he started doing that, and we took a lot of lumps in the beginning. But in 2019, everything gelled together. Injuries weren't there, and we were able to put everything together and win the championship.
Correct. As you said, our 2018 and 29 football seasons, we played a couple of top 25 out-of-state opponents, and I think the lumps that team, the 2018-2019 graduating class took, prepared the team for the run in 2019 in the championship game. If they hadn't had that opportunity to develop into such mentally tough players, I honestly think that late in the regular season loss to McEachern could have been a nail in the coffin for the Marietta program, but because they were so tough mentally, it was actually able to make them lift each other higher and go further than Marietta's been since 1967 when they won their last state championship game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great moment. It was great for the city, for the players, great for the coaching staff, like what you were on.
That's right. I'm in the picture with my son on the state championship team. So little 1-year-old's youngest member of that team, I guess, on the team photo.
Yeah, definitely. So the ring's up here blinging me. It's blinding me. It's not the sun today. It's his actual ring, championship ring here. But, and hopefully, we'll have that same type of gel with this group coming out their senior year. Last year, they took a lot of lumps, finished 3-8, still made the playoff, lost in the first round. But, he had some games, had some opportunities to win. And, got quite a few seniors this year, like you said, and I'm sure they want to go out on a high note.
I do see a lot of mirrors between the way the 2018 season went and the way the 2020 season went last year, and hopefully the success that the teams that have risen from the ashes of those seasons will have. There are several of the seniors on this team that were starters or significant contributors to that 29 state championship team. So to say that last year was a building process and this year was a building process might be true on its face, but there's also a great foundation of players that Marietta has to build on success that we've had in the recent years.
Right. Well, we're definitely looking forward to it, and we're going to watch a highlight for momentarily.
Winning program, and size alone and his ability to catch the ball kind of has some real hold on for dear life. Yeah, that was a bear hug.
Crowd is still coming in. From what I hear, I mean, a lot of tickets got sold for this one.
I believe so. It looks like we should have over 1,000 fans in attendance today. As usual, we have the students to the left side making a lot of noise, making that end zone tough to get in for the opposing teams.
Yeah, there's a lot of change. I mean, you graduate from here, siblings who graduate from here, I graduate from here, and just to see the stadium being redone, how things have been changed. Remember, students actually used to be on the other side, so and to see them move down this way, I mean, it's right there by Coach Ben. They really make a lot of noise and make it hard for the teams to actually get in right there and hear their cadences.
That's correct. All right, we have had the toss. It looks like Marietta has won the toss and is electing to receive the football. So we'll have Colquitt kicking off from the southern 40 to start this football game.
Right, so we're going to start off again. The first look at the offense, Tyler Hughes, Southern University commit, first team All-Region last year. I'm looking for big things out of him. What do you expect out of Tyler this year?
If Tyler can read his progressions and get a little bit of help on the longer passing plays from that offensive line, he is in the wheelhouse to lead the region in passing again. He had a fantastic season last year. Actually missed a couple of starts with injury and some competition at the position. So he could have thrown for over 3,000 yards last year on a 3-7 regular season team. He did not make the Marietta Daily Journal Dynamite Dozen this year. They had 3 quarterbacks on the list, and none of them are the returning leading passer in the county. So I think he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And although he has done great things from the program and is going to continue to do that, I think he feels like he has some things to prove this season to people who aren't necessarily paying as close of attention to him as he would like.
Yeah, they're definitely sleeping on him, and I'm sure that's part of motivation. Hey, let's get this done, and he's going to need his teammates to do it, so he's going to rally the team, and hopefully it works out.
And speaking of, he has become very much a leader of this team. being an upperclassman and performing with the statistics that he had last year. I mean, over, like I said, over 2,800 yards passing. That puts him beyond who the quarterback who many think might be the player of the year in Cobb County, Malachi Sanders at North Cobb. He had, I believe, 1,600 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing. So Tyler's passing yards alone put him ahead of those all total yards. All right, everybody, so we're getting ready to start the kickoff. Colquitt has a little bit of a muddled huddle on their left hash, 5 men on each side. This kicker is not going to make it into the end zone, so let's expect a good return here. I'm thinking Marietta is going to run a return to the left and try and get it on our sideline where a lot of field is right here. If we can get that front line to block, this will be a good return. All right, nobody's offsides. Kicker tries to cough in it. And we are headed to the races. We can get that corner. This is going to be a big return.
There you go. There you go.
Jace Arnold running hard with his blockers. Good blocking downfield. And Marietta 1st and 10 going in on the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Coach, you called it. Hey, we're going left. We're going to our sideline where all this field was at. And hey, that's what he did. He was close. He was a couple men from breaking it, but some good downfield blocking, very good return, very good start to the game.
No holds on that play. Very, very hard to take anything negative away from a 70-yard almost return. It's great starting field position for this Marietta team. I expect them to come out in a 3 or 4 wide formation to see what we're going to get in the secondary from this new unit from the Colquitt County Packers. They are starting 2 new cornerbacks and 2 safeties. They will run a strong 4-3 front box with an overhang to the strength. So we've got 3 receivers out to the right, to the left, empty formation for Marietta. Motion to the field, speed sweep.
Oh. Yeah,
and we, as collectively, missed the blocks on number 1 there from Colquitt County. Came in and was able to cap the running back off so he couldn't bust it to the outside.
Yeah, he came wide open. So I mean, it was a sure tackle too. So you got to give credit where credit is due. That's a good play by number 7.
All right, Marietta in quad left, throwing a screen pass, not getting effective blocking from the outside receivers on this play.
Yeah, so you guys heard me say ooh twice because Coca's actually bringing the hit stick a little bit already. I'm sure they're hyped up as well. So let's see what happens.
All right, we're gonna get a look. We got a wide formation with 2 wide receivers out each side. We can take advantage of the corner on the left or the middle of the field right here. Tyler drops back, looking to deliver the ball. Great pocket for Marietta right there by the offensive line.
Wide open.
Wide open man
Wide
for
open.
a touchdown.
Touchdown, Marietta.
That is a touchdown by Cameron Perry. Doing a great job with his downfield route and then cutting it off when he saw Tyler Hughes in trouble. Scrambling out to the right side, giving him just an easy touchdown throw and reception there. That's a great job by the Marietta quarterback, keeping his eyes downfield and having no pressure on the rush.
There you go.
We can see him work to the right, and the quarterback or the receivers in frame now working with him. All right, let's see how Marietta does on this point after attempt. It's been a sore spot the last couple of years for us, but I think they've got it figured out, and looks like they got some more figuring to do.
Yeah, definitely got penetration there and blocked it. But to go back on that play, I mean, Tyler had a lot of time. You got to give credit to the offensive line for, stopping any type of rush. And you have the time, and you can only cover receivers for so long. and he's kind of stuck behind the individual, wide open. Made the throw. Some of the hardest catches are when you're wide open. And no one's around you, but he made a sure catch, and, we got 6 on the board.
Yeah, you're used to catching a punt standing still, but not a wide open pass from your quarterback during an offensive play, that's for sure. All right, Marietta's coming out in their kickoff formation, and we're going to see how deep they can pin Colquitt to start this first defensive possession of the season here at Northcutt Stadium.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see what Daniel Martin does as far as Ezekiel Campbell. Two individuals, I heard their names quite a bit. Of course, everybody heard of Daniel Martin, but Ezekiel, I mean, his name was called a lot more often than I thought it would be. Kind of snuck up on me. Now, maybe not other individuals like yourself. You're a coach. You've seen him in practice. You knew what he could do. But I'm interested to see how they actually come out and play this year.
Yeah, Ezekiel Campbell, number 5 on the defensive line, is a long, rangy kid with a high motor. As long as he can keep offensive tackles extended and make plays with his eyes, he's going to have a great season here. And as you can see from Marietta, looks like we are going to kick off to our left. That is where all of the defensive starters are, 5 of them on the left side of the line.
Short kick.
Short kick just outside of the hash. It's a minimum of what he's supposed to do. Great gang tackling by Marietta. The possession will start on the 26-yard line on Colquitt County's right hash.
Yeah, good coverage. Short kick. A lot of times you don't get down there quick enough on those short kicks, but hey, we made a good job scoring on the ball and making sure we made sure to tackle.
Marietta has a couple of kickoff specialists that they will platoon in and out. Neither of them can get it into the end zone without a whole lot of luck, but they're very accurate. Look for all of the kickoffs to be outside of the hash, inching towards those numbers there. All right, Colquitt County is coming out here in a trip set with a third person being a wing and 2 running backs in a shotgun formation. Let's see some power run game here.
And we have our first, I don't know if it's a penalty or were they ready?
All right, some early things for us to look at. I know that was a pre-snap penalty, but Colquitt County was running an inside zone to the right with an RPO screen outside to the left. It looks like they're really going to try and put pressure on the safeties for Marietta to play both the pass and the run at the same time. If those safeties can get in the right lanes during the run game and not get beat deep, they're going to have a good night tonight. All right, Colquitt is in trips left formation from the right hash. Let's see if they try and throw a screen or run a zone play here. And they got an RPO. Yeah.
Yeah, quick slant.
That is a tough play to defend. That backside linebacker, Daniel Martin, who brings so much heat for this defense, needs to be able to stay home on that play and still help. All right, run tight end to the right. 3 wide receivers. Got a stretch zone to the right. Marietta does a great job, capping the outside zone and pushing him back into those D linemen and linebackers.
Yeah, and what I like is, I mean, there are multiple blue jerseys around there. Not one person making the tackle. Everybody ready. Everybody swarming to the ball.
All right, let's see Marietta if they're going to put some pressure here on this 2nd and 12, or if they're going to play zone. Got ourselves a good tackle there by Benel Valentin. We play that a little bit faster. That might be able to get picked off here later in the season.
Yep. Had to come off. Helmet came off, so had to come off the field for a play.
All right, trips to the field. Let's look for another RPO play here. See if Daniel Martin can stay at home on that inside receiver, if he's going to find a weak spot on his left shoulder. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, I mean, he ran a quick 5 and out. I mean, we have a pretty good cushion on the outsides, and if anybody who listens knows I like tighter coverage, but I understand it was 3rd down and kind of gave him a little bit more cushion. But if he would have completed that, I mean, they took what we gave him, just the pass just wasn't there, which is great for us. So.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of an alignment issue. You got that outside receiver on the short side of the field trying to run an out to the 1st down marker. There's a lot of people over there. That's It's tough to see through that. Let's see if what Marietta's going to do here on this 4th down play.
Oh. He tipped
All right,
it. He tipped it.
Marietta was able to tip the ball, so no roughing the kicker, and Marietta will start with the ball on the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that was Daniel Martin in there.
Well, like I said, Drex, he's a heck of an athlete. He's going to be all over the field playing special teams, starting at outside linebacker and playing at X receiver spot some on offense. You just can't say enough about a kid who plays that hard and will do anything that he has to for his team. If they ask him to line up at defensive end and rush a 300-pound tackle, he will do it. All right, Marietta's in 2 wides on each side. RPO. Good read by the quarterback. We just got to see that ball in by number 16, Camden Overton, and we're looking at 2nd and short.
Yeah, it was there. We have actually a man down right now. It's like he's working his way up. Not sure what's going on. But yeah, Daniel Martin, I mean, you can't really say enough about him. We just, he's been balling since he's touched the field. I mean, he's a 4-star, ranked as number 2 player in the state. Multiple D1 offers, Vandy, FSU, Tech, UGA, and there's others.
Yeah, I believe before the start of the season, he took a trip out to Oregon. Looked like on his Instagram account he had some fun there, taking pictures with one of the 10 million team jerseys they have over there at Oregon. But I guess that's what they get, having that swoosh. So injured on the play was number 51, A.J. Lopez. Been in there starting at guard for us. Very solid football player. Hopefully he can get off the field, get whatever's wrong worked out, and get back on for us. All right, 2 wide receivers to the right with a fullback to the right. All right, there's no gain on the little...
like a little counter.
Yeah, it's a little counter. They fake the quarterback sweep and then come back underneath with the running back. It's I think a play we tried once last week. I love the design of it, but we just got to stay on those blocks a little bit longer backside.
Execution's not there yet.
All right, Marietta is in 2 wings with 3 wide receivers, empty set. See if they're going to attack the middle of the field here, looking for a post.
Wide open. There you go.
Get up there. That is a great route by number 33, Melvin Alexander, was on the wing side. Colquitt's going to have to make the decisions. Marietta throws the ball around and is too effective getting the ball downfield for Colquitt to stay in pass coverage and cover every zone that Coach Morgan is going to attack. If they're going to keep playing off and not bringing pressure, Marietta's going to have a lot of open receivers as long as they have time. All right, Marietta with the reverse to Camden Perry.
Got to cut it in.
He couldn't keep the edge, but he was able to cut it back inside and get 2 yards on the play. Marietta will be 2nd and 8 from the right hash.
Yeah, that was a good job by the Colquitt DN and DB. They actually stayed home. They didn't get drawn into the fake, and we're there to make the play. But I can see us going back to that later in the game.
Definitely with the fake off of that, or even going deep with it. 2 wide receivers on each side. Middle of the field is open for Marietta.
Busted play.
Melvin Alexander can't quit on that play if he knows that there's a draw option with the quarterback. He's got to get in there and block somebody.
Yeah, almost looked like somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do, so Tyler was like, hey, I gotta take off, and he kind of saw people standing around a little bit confused. But.
Yeah, I don't know if that confusion was a broken play or a miscommunication on the play call, but we'll see when they come back to it later today. All right, Marietta is lining back up with a little bit of a heavy set with a tight end right, fullback left. Let's see if they run some power game here. Drop back pass.
There you go.
Middle of the field to
go.
the big body Camden Overton.
Get there and block.
What a great
Touchdown.
play by him. His body position led to that completion. The draped defender couldn't drag him down. He ran through the block. And that young man has worked his butt off. He was a middle school and 9th grade offensive lineman and has some of the best hands in the entire team at Marietta. And through sheer hard work and motivation has turned himself into a threat at wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, they just couldn't take him down. 6'4", 235. I mean, he's a load. Sure hands, like you said, able to break a tackle, and it was on to the races.
All right, let's see if Marietta can actually step down and hold those inside gaps. Colquitt has loaded up the right A-side gap. Looks like they're looking for an inside block. And not only does the nose tackle get through, but so does the B-gap player, the C-gap player. Everybody had a powwow at the holder right there.
Yeah, they're going to figure that out. You don't normally see that much penetration on field goals or extra points.
No, and it's got to be something that Colquitt has been game planning for a while now. Marietta did not have live special teams at their scrimmage last week, and you can tell this is something that Colquitt has worked on. They are definitely attacking that Marietta's right A gap. They're putting a couple of bodies over there with a linebacker too. That's a tough situation to be in at guard when you're just stepping down and getting hit in the helmet by a couple of guys, but that's how football's played. At least right now, maybe they'll change the rules to protect them in a few years, but it ain't gonna change this season.
Yeah. And we definitely want to recognize our sponsors, Zaxby's and Cawthorn Norton Owen. Cawthorn Norton Owen. So if you hear that first name and hear this guy next to me, it kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? So appreciate Mr. Cawthorn and everything that he's done to get all this together. Mr. Dempsey and all the staff, all the students here, they do a great job. They make us sound like we know what we're talking about up here, huh?
All right, let's look for a pooch kick to the left. He's trying to drive it deep. Outside the hash again. I'd give that a quality kick.
Yeah, that was a quality kick.
Good job by Marietta maintaining their lanes and forcing that runner into a couple of defenders there. On the 26-yard line again, that's good average starting field position for this Marietta defense, making Colquitt County have to drive the entire field with a quarterback who has not proven himself in the throwing game. Young quarterback, sophomore, so you know experience is going to be a little bit of an issue. We'll see how long they stay with number 5 at quarterback and throughout this game.
Yeah, and let's playing the 3-3-5. I want to see what type of pressure we can actually get on them throughout this game.
All right, Colquitt in a tight end right, 3 receiver set.
There he is.
There we go. Great penetration by Emmanuel Olatane, a two-way starter for Marietta at right end and left tackle. You know that makes him a beast in the trenches when somebody's going both ways in 7A football in the state of Georgia.
Definitely does, definitely does.
Didn't hurt that Colquitt had a hard time on that outside zone read with the quarterback exchange. All right. Marietta's left outside linebacker did not take the right squeeze. Couple of steps too far inside, and he lost contain. And number 8 made him pay for that.
Yeah, he definitely did. I mean, you see he has some speed there. Luckily, we were this close to the sideline. Sideline was the other defender for us.
All right, we got a couple of receivers tight here on the boundary side next to the 30. Let's see if we play games with a toss sweep with that or if they're going to go to the field.
Got some blockers out there.
Screen to the field. Offensive lineman got out there for some blocks, but Marietta gang tackling left that to a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, first down. They're moving the sticks. That run really put them in a good position.
All right, Colquitt is in a wide set for wide receivers. They're motioning to full back to the field. All right, little inside zone play, redirected by the running back, and he pops out to the left. This young man has some speed, and if Marietta can't play those angles correctly on the edge, they're going to find themselves chasing the back of his jersey an awful lot tonight. This kid's got some moves, and he's got great acceleration. All right.
Yeah, so they first drive, they try to go up the middle quite a few times, really got stuff. Now they're really attacking our edges and trying to see, okay, can we keep them off the angles, things of that nature, to get those extra yards, first downs, things like that. Marietta, they got to make sure they stay home, make sure they take those angles, and make sure they make the tackles, because there was a missed tackle on that other play.
That has been a problem for the Marietta defense the last couple of years, or the last. Colquitt set with a trip set to the field. Let's see if they run an RPO to this tight end, or if they're going to just run the ball. Quarterback throws down to the field, wide open, wide receiver, and just an errant pass. Wide receiver has to turn his body around and can't locate the football with the footwork.
Yeah, he basically had a good amount of time, was able to scramble out. Had the receiver there. Good thing for us that the pass may have turned his body a little bit and wasn't able to haul it in.
I really like what this Colquitt County offensive coordinator has been doing with his quarterback, Nico Fan. He gave him some short passes early, and then when we're going to try something deep into the corner, let's roll him out to the field and give him space to work with his feet. Colquitt on the punt. It's a low liner. Looks like it's going to be down inside the 5-yard line on the 1. Marietta is going to have a long field to look at for this drive. 99 yards to go to pay dirt.
Yeah, I mean, they have a long way to go. So let's see if we're able to put a drive together and march all the way down the field, which will be great for the stats. I mean, it's always good to look at the stat sheet. Say, hey, we had a 99-yard drive for a touchdown.
Marietta could, offensive line could jump off sides here and half the distance. Oh, it looks like they moved it up a little bit. Moved it to the 4, where the ball was originally touched by the punt return, or the punt team. Not down inside the 1 like we originally thought. All right, Marietta is in a trip set to the boundary. Let's look a screen going to the running back out left. No, we went with a little QB draw to get ourselves spread the defense out, get an extra blocker in the box, and get 4 or 5 yards to get away from that end zone.
Yeah, get you a little bit of space so you can work your playbook a little bit more.
All right. Marietta with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, fullback to the left side weak.
Oh, you got to catch those.
Goodness, Ezekiel Campbell, the starting defensive end out there at the wide receiver, could not get that dig route caught. It was beautiful timing, great throw.
It's actually Christian Mathis.
Was that number 6?
Number 6.
Christian Mathis?
Number 6,
okay.
Yep. Christian will have to pull those in.
Christian's usually a very sure-handed wide receiver. That's why he runs X for Marietta. All right, 5 wide receivers, 3 into the boundary. That's a good completion right there to Camden Perry, working the inside slant. Unfortunately, 4th down. I believe that Coach Morgan is going to elect to punt here. There's no, you lose your job going for it on 4th and 2 on your own 13.
Yeah, he actually sent him out pretty quickly. Normally, Coach would sit there for a minute and send him at the last seconds or so. But hey, there was no doubt about that one. Hey, Punting, get out there.
Hey, he loves to call his offensive plays, and if that takes you an extra second or 2 to make a decision to punt, usually it's worth it. No second guessing this one. Let's see if we get a good punt out here. All right, we have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, so, I mean, Marietta really has to shore up their protection here. I mean, they've been getting a lot of penetration on the field goals, or extra points, rather. I'm sure Colquitt is going to try to bring the house, or that may be what they're trying to figure out if they want to do that.
Colquitt looking like they're going to come after this. They've only got one person outside of the line of scrimmage.
They're coming.
They're coming hard from their left, and they almost get there, and the kick is shanked.
Well, they did what they wanted to do. Slowed it down, brought the pressure. Unfortunately, the pressure made us have an errant kick, so they have great field position. This is going to be a huge test for the defense to see if we can stop them from going in and scoring 6.
Yeah, like you said, Drex, we got a short field here for the Marietta defense. Some of those two-way guys that Marietta has have been out here for almost 10 minutes playing football. Let's see if they can get through this first quarter with some high energy. I would expect to see Colquitt putting a tight end and a fullback in, trying to establish the run game a little bit here. They're actually in a quad set overload with the tight end is ineligible. Let's see if they run a screen or a speed sweep. All right, a little bit of a speed sweep.
Yeah, that's a good job by the D-line.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen on that play. When you overload one side, you're supposed to be able to get the edge, and Marietta's defensive end Ezekiel Durham-Campbell would not let that happen. All right, we got ourselves here a little bit of inside counter with the fullback kicking out to the left. Followed up for a 1-yard gain.
It's Emmanuel again. It's a beast out there tonight.
He really knows how to use those hands and leverage. He's just another in a long list of great defensive ends at Marietta that we've had in the last 6 years.
Look at some movement. Yeah.
All right, false start. Colquitt's going to make it a little bit harder for themselves. They're not quite in the red zone, just outside of the 20, but they're going to have 3rd and 13 here.
We'll take that.
Let's we'll get to find out what they believe in their field goal team here with this 3rd down call. Are they going to go for the end zone, or are they going to try and get half the yards to make 4th down manageable? All right, let's look out for a wheel route to the field here.
All right. Good job, defense. Defensive line, who's that? Is that Manuel again?
It looked like that was a gang tackling with Broderick Tommy, number 59, tackle. He took on at least 2 blockers on that play, and Carlos Cervantes, number 22, did a great job of squeezing the quarterback and making him look at the rush instead of downfield.
Yeah, because they actually did run a wheel route.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was booking it, so. Good job out of D-line and linebacker. Carlos getting in there.
So we can see from that decision, they're going for a 47-yard field goal here. They believe in this kicker. And the kick was long enough. It just ended up going a little bit left of that left uprightness. Yep. No good. Marietta takes over on downs. That's Drexel, I think that was an outstanding 3-down possession by the Marietta defense. Way to look a little bit of adversity in the face and take a bite out of it there.
Yeah, I mean, that's very positive, very good to see. I mean, you come out there, short field. Team's been having a good success running on the edges a couple of possessions prior, and you're able to hold them to a field goal try and they miss it. I mean, that's a win. I'm pretty sure they're ecstatic.
All right, Marietta with a tight end to the right, 2 receivers left, little inside power play, and a 2-yard gain for Marietta. That's about what the offensive lineman gave the running back there. All right, let's see if Marietta wants to attack the secondary here with a second and 8. So we got 3 receivers to the field, to the boundary, no running backs in the backfield. Motion. He's trying to set up the screen.
You gotta let it go. There you go. Get out of bounds.
And well, Drexel, I'm not going to complain about there. Oh, there is a flag on the field, all the way from the lines judge on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Let's see what he calls. Although I'm pretty sure that was intentional grounding, since there is no out of the pocket in high school football.
Yeah.
I would have an argument if I was Coach Morgan about the line judge from the opposite side of the field throwing the flag on that play. I'd say he has the 5th best set of eyes to look at that play right there.
Exactly. I mean, you try to run a double screen. Unfortunately, it wasn't there. Colquitt did a good job staying home. So let's see what this penalty's about.
Yeah, even though Marietta was running a screen and kind of hitting going on those defensive linemen, they didn't get a good hand strike on them at the point of attack. And their rush got there so quickly that Tyler Hughes was not able to have his feet set and had to roll out to his left on that play. So that offensive line needs to work with that point of attack. They have violent hands. They're not the biggest guys in the 7A football. All right, we got a little double sideline route, just bobbled by number 8, Zuri Johnson, on what would have been the first down play. 4th and 8 here after having some trouble on 2 plays in a row. I believe Marietta is going to punt this one as well and rely on that defense to have another good stand again.
It's a replay. That's a good pass by Tyler. I mean, he got it right above over the DB's hand, just a little bit of bobble. Impressive throw, though.
Yeah, in high school football, it's tough for the timing to be much better than that. You just you got to make those leverage plays like that are tight. All right.
Yeah, coaches are happy about somebody not being out there on time, so I'm sure he'll coach them up and make sure they know their assignments.
I would say unhappy is an understatement. I believe that's the same player that did not line up for punt in the scrimmage last week, so that's a different week, same result, not paying attention. Those are with the kind of team that Marietta has this year, those are the kind of mental lapses that they cannot afford to have. Every yard and every timeout is going to be hard fought for this team if they want to take each Friday 1 game at a time and try and play 15 games this season. All right, let's see what Marietta does here. They've got their wall pulled up tight. This is a formation that they will get in to do play fakes. The quarterback is at punter. And we got a good punt by the Marietta athlete, Tyler Hughes. He punted that 45 yards in the air. And not only that, but since we're technically in an offensive formation, Colquitt can't afford to rush that, and I think that's a great decision going forward by Coach Morgan to get Colquitt away from getting those blocks on special teams plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge plus to have a quarterback who can do multiple things, kick, things like that. So you can do so many things with them, different formations. Like you said, you had to keep the defense honest, put him out as a punter.
He actually played some safety for Marietta last year when they were trying to figure some things out. All right, Colquitt with a little RPO to the slot receiver. The ball is bobbled at about 6 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 6 here. All right, let's see if they can get this running back the ball again. And we are at the end of the first quarter. Let's flip the field, and 36 more minutes to play. All right, Drexel, what do you think of that first quarter performance by the Marietta Blue Devils?
I saw some flashes of greatness, and I seen some mental errors, people not on the field. But, you know, what I'm very impressed with is the defense. I mean, I just can't say enough about them having their backs to their own goal. You know, first down, and being able to hold them to a field goal try. I mean, like I said, that's just a big win. I've seen a lot of individuals kind of stepping up, playing to their ability, actually playing above their ability on a couple of plays. So.
I agree 100% with you on that, Drexel.
Go Big Blue! Go Big Blue! Go Big Blue!
What are your thoughts of the first quarter?
I agree completely with you there, Drexel. I think that what mental mistakes the Marietta defense has made has been made up by having everybody go 100%. It looks like they have obviously gotten very good at the hustle drill in practice, because they are trying to have 11 helmets meet at the ball at the end of every play, and that seems to be happening so far. It's containing the Colquitt County running back, who I believe is pretty fast. We can get a few more hits on him. Maybe he'll start running a little bit slower and thinking he can't catch that edge.
Right.
If we can take that confidence out of him, this offense is going to turn one-dimensional. It's going to be really hard for them to go down the field vertically when they're throwing horizontal screens to slot receivers.
Right. You got to make your presence known, make you think twice.
All right, let's see if they can play some games. I like this situation on Colquitt. I think they're going to run an out route to the boundary. Great play by Daniel Martin on the slot receiver. He showed that he was sitting and then turned his hips to the left and was able to take that little skinny seam away from that tall receiver and get a hand on it. Colquitt's lucky that was not an interception or a knockout hit by number 2, Davion Hall at safety. All right, trips to the left. Little inside zone read. That running back for Colquitt, I think he's losing a little bit of patience staying into the designated gap, and he's trying to jump around, and I believe he's going to figure out one of these plays soon. He doesn't want to jump around to number 1, Daniel Martin's side. He's going to get walloped once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel made that tackle. Wasn't able to get the hit stick type tackle, but he made a sure tackle on that one. So they're getting to know each other very well tonight.
All right, let's see power run game here by Colquitt. I'd like to see some down blocks, a kick out and a lead to the left here. To the right with a They faked it to the running back, sent him forward, he didn't block too much, but that extra man got the extra defender, and the quarterback was able to run for a pretty big gain there.
Yeah, that was a tough run by Colquitt.
It's just tough anytime you put 10 people in the box and make the running back the second fullback and let the quarterback run the ball. That's the way football's going nowadays, to have an extra man to help. All right, Colquitt's attacking the deep field. That looks to be no interference on that play, uncatchable ball. That was a great closing speed by Mylon Jones, the starting safety, free safety for Marietta. They're in a 3-3-5 tonight, so you're going to see them do some roll coverages with their two strong safeties, and you're going to see them stay in some 4-high some. All right, a little inside zone read, went about 3.5, 4 yards.
Yeah, and Colquitt, the quarterback, showed that, I can throw the ball. I mean, he threw it out the end zone. You can see he has some arm strength, so I see why they're starting him.
And he looks to be fairly crisp on some of these zone read plays. I know they're going to want him to keep the ball eventually, as he does on this play right here. And it looks like they are right on the first down marker. Maybe inches short. Let's see if the Stripes decide to measure this or call it 4th down. They're calling it 4th down, and let's look to see another 10 guys in the box by Colquitt.
Not at this time.
And we're going to see if they're going to run a cross zone with the running back or if they're going to lead with him. They led with him to the right. This quarterback's an athlete, and he just misses getting the edge for a touchdown. It's going to be first down Colquitt inside the 5-yard line. Let's see if Marietta can cover all the gaps here and get a 4 and out.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty shifty right there. He got open in the left side of the field. I mean, luckily we were there, they make the tackle, get another set of downs.
All right, they're in the same formation with a little bit of a wildcat look with their running back. It was working well, but the Marietta defensive line got great penetration. As soon as the quarterbacks took a step forward, that line of scrimmage was a yard behind the 5-yard line. That was a great job by the D-line for Marietta.
Yeah, they definitely stepped it up and, blew up the offensive line on that one. Really nowhere for the quarterback to go.
Well, it helps having big number 5'9" there in the zero technique. I believe Broderick Tommy is sitting at 6'2", 300 pounds. That's a lot to move out of the A-gap. Let's see them going to the edge here. All right, just off tackle to the left. Gang tackling by Marietta.
It's Carlos Avante in on that tackle.
Yep. He didn't get a chance to do anything but assist with that defensive line playing so inspired right now.
Yep.
All right, we got a 3rd down and 3. Looks like Colquitt is they're getting out of the Wildcat formation. Number 5 is back in at quarterback. That is Nico Fan. Let's see if they can try and throw a corner here or go in motion. No motion, reverse.
Reverse.
Hold the edge. Marietta could not hold the edge. And that is a touchdown by Colquitt.
Yeah, good play call, Bob. Just didn't hold that edge there.
No, Daniel Martin just took a couple of steps inside, and that was the difference. He couldn't get those hips around to cover the outside of the field. And it's tough for the backside safety to stay home and play his alley on that kind of a reverse play when everybody's in man. Let's see if Marietta can get one taken off the board here. No. Just a big pile of big numbers right there at the line of scrimmage, and that is point after attempt is good.
Yeah, so 12-7. I mean, they've had a long drive, went for it on 4th down, got a good push, and they just basically drove down the field. What do you think happened there? A little fatigue there?
Well, it's been tough. 2 bad field positionings for Marietta's offense in 2 drives in a row, and they just weren't able to at least neutralize that field gain by Colquitt. And on their 3rd drive, they were able to, third drive with a relatively short field, they were able to take advantage of that by running the ball inside, relying on athletic play at the quarterback, and a trick play at the very end there. If there's anything you want to hang your hat on with something like that, it's the fact that 3 plays inside the 5-yard line, they thought they had to run a reverse to get the ball in.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much confidence that offensive coordinator is going to have going forward at calling his entire playbook. It looks to me that playbook is starting to shrink with this Marietta's defense's performance and effort. And as long as they can keep it up for 4 quarters, Marietta's got a chance to stay ahead and win this game. And we got a kicking out of bounds. It looks like Marietta's going to start on the 40-yard line. going out.
Yeah. So I really need the offense to actually put a drive together, give our defense a breather. I mean, a lot of our guys are playing both ways. I'm sure there'll be some subs going in and out here. But, you know, our defense has been on the field for quite some time. So, you know, want to sustain the drive and hopefully end it with some points.
Yeah, it's tough. Marietta has tried to develop some depth by not having, per se, two-way starters. I know number 16, Camden Overton, comes in to give those defensive ends a break, so he's technically not a starter on the defense. And I know number 5, Ezekiel Durham Campbell, has come in at wide receiver, even though he's a starting defensive end. Let's see what Marietta can put together. Wide formation, right hash, drop back. Nothing downfield, scrambling to the left, looking for a receiver, stretching the play out. And Tyler He's going to take about a 4-yard loss on that play. That's a great secondary coverage by the Colquitt County Packers.
Yeah, I mean, he really had nowhere to go. I think the offensive line did a good job. Gave him enough time. It just he had nowhere to throw the ball.
He had plenty of time. It looked like maybe the receivers kind of ran into their defensive backs there.
Caught on Nolan replay.
Yeah.
You try to hop over him.
You almost wish you'd have taken a step on that white and gotten a late hit call, but you don't want anybody to get injured with stuff like that. All right, a bunch of trips left. Marietta running a counter with a quarterback to the right. And that's a 4-yard gain. If Marietta can start doing that. It looks like we have ourselves a fight, and there is yellow confetti all over the field. 4 different referees have gotten in on throwing flags. All right, the only question here, Drexel, is this going to be offsetting penalties, or are they going to put the blame squarely on one team or the other?
Well, let's hope it's offsetting. Because I know for a fact one of them was against us. I saw that one, but you know, hopefully Colquitt started in and they say, hey, let's just do a reset. Watch yourselves. Let's play some ball.
Doesn't look to be egregious enough that the head coaches are bringing their entire teams to talk to everybody. So it looks like that's just a little example of the exuberance of 17-year-old football players. Let's watch this replay. You get a couple of hits in there, coming late. Looks like number 93 stomped on the Marietta quarterback.
Yeah.
And I would say the retaliation would have been by the Marietta's offensive line.
Yeah, that was Camden Overton. He saw that and he stepped right in, protecting his quarterback.
You hate to see things like that happen, but in a sport like football, you don't have really any other choice but to come to your teammates' defense when you feel that they've been taken advantage of outside of the whistles. So while I don't condone what Camden Overton did, I do respect it.
Right. I mean, he didn't throw any bows. He just, hey, gave a little nudge. That's my quarterback.
Hey, just let him know that that's going to be me in the slot seam catching a touchdown later, right? If y'all are up there stomping on the quarterback instead of playing defense. All right. Looks like we have offsetting.
Now, the thing that happened there is they saw the stomp, and the flags initially came out, and then Overton's reaction got the flag on us. So, you know, that's why I was offsiding. But hey, kudos to the officials. They actually saw the first little interaction there. So,
well, that's definitely what I think is first and foremost their job, aside from calling the entire game consistently, is making sure that no player gets injured outside of the usual course of playing football. And I think that's one of the most important things that referees have to do in the high school and youth football game, is to protect players from getting injured from illegal situations.
Exactly.
All right, Marietta is an empty set, 3 to the field. Let's see if they can take advantage of the middle of the field. No high safety from Colquitt. He is open.
He's a hold, though.
What a play call. Marietta running a skinny post with the inside slot with no help over the top. It looks like
It's a hold. It's coming
Tyler
back.
Hughes had to get a little bit of extra help from the offensive line, and we grabbed some jersey on that play. All right.
It's like Christian Mathis. I mean, he might have hurt himself a little bit. Took his helmet off. Took his time coming back.
Well, I'll tell you this, Drexel. He runs plenty of go routes and posts at practice. I don't doubt that he is in shape and will bounce back from that sprint very fast.
Yep, it's a
Tough holding penalty by Marietta there. Full 15 yards for. While the hold did give Tyler some extra time, I think it ended up doing nothing for him on the play because he rolled out away from that pressure to his left anyway on the play. So. All right, Marietta trying to attack the post again.
Oh.
And that ball falls innocently incomplete right about the 40-yard line. So Marietta's at 4th and 25. Let's see if we send the regular kick team on or if we have the quarterback do it again.
It's like Tyler staying out there.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I mean, that's, to me, we need a little bit more time on the field as an offense to get that defensive break. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens once the defense get back on the field.
All right, let's see. We've got
we're going to back it up some more.
Looks like we're going to back it up some more. Camden Overton with a little bit of a false start, being enticed by the rushing end. You got to hold on to your water there. You can't jump off sides. You got to let the other guy hit you. That's 2 mental mistakes by Camden Overton this drive. Hopefully he'll get some water and cooler heads will prevail for the rest of the game. All right, let's see the switch and the motion. All right, I like what's going on with this motion. They're starting to leave the right side open.
We moved again. This time it looks like it's Allen.
Number 52, Allen Gruen.
Yeah.
He has stepped up this year playing some offensive guard for Marietta. That is 100% heart inside of those cleats there because he doesn't weigh 300 pounds.
Yeah, it's only coming in at 200. That's small to be on in the trenches there. So.
All right, let's see if Marietta can come down here and get the punt off.
Oh, well.
Marietta got the 5 yards back, so instead of 4th and 30, it's 4th and 25. It's real important 5 yards there. Yeah. Let's see what Marietta starts doing with this shift on the right where the tight end and receiver change and then going in motion with man. I think that puts Camden Overton in a corner route easy over here. The only person that can cover him is the inside linebacker that's in the A-gap over the guard.
And
unfortunately, I don't hope it doesn't take enough offensive series for us to set up a little corner pass to him on a punt play on 4th down. That's not how you want to. That's not how you want to run your offense. But it looks like this little switch in motion is what they're going to eventually be looking for.
If we can ever get this punt off, it's been penalty after penalty.
3 in a row.
Oh, he had to run. He had no choice.
There was nothing there.
Get
across.
Go.
We got daylight here. 1st down, Marietta 40. Tyler Hughes to the 30, running out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Great heads-up play by Tyler Hughes, not getting his punt blocked and taking advantage of the aggressive Colquitt County Packer punt block on that play.
It's a replay. Look at this.
They completely brought everybody from their right side, and look at the Marietta players heads up, downfield blocking for their quarterback / punter. That is a terrible blocking by Marietta initially, but great heads-up play by everybody on the team, continuing the play, getting downfield and blocking white jerseys here at French Johnson Field.
Yeah, that's just one of the benefits of putting Tyler back there to do punts at this point in time. He can do so much with his arm, but he just showed you right there he can do a lot with his feet as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit different having a mobile quarterback at the high school level as opposed to the great quarterback that we had a few years ago, Harrison Bailey, playing for the Tennessee Volunteers now. He was one of the all-time great high school quarterbacks, and probably one of the two, if not the best Marietta high school quarterback we had. He actually played here 4 years. Eric Zier only played 2, so I'm going to give Harrison the nod on that. And he won a state championship.
True.
And I coached him. So how many more things do you want me to put in the yes basket today with him? But he was not a mobile quarterback, and we see that Tyler is, and everybody on that offense is queued up to get downfield and hustle when he starts scrambling. It's obviously something that they've worked on, and I believe it's something that they know in their hearts they can be consistently great at if they just hustle to get blockers for those wide receivers and Tyler Hughes when he's scrambling. That downfield blocking might be the make or break aspect of this offense as the season goes, because it's spread out to the right and out of bounds. That's instead of throwing the ball away, that's the second time in about 5 or 6 offensive plays that Tyler Hughes has run out of bounds about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I'd like to see a little bit more of a heads-up play by him, but I also understand that you don't want to get hit in those positions just for an incomplete pass.
Right.
So, on the bright side, he knows his offense is explosive enough that he can lose 5 yards on first down. I just wish we weren't in 2nd and 15, 2nd and 16 situations from these pass plays. All right, we got 3 receivers to the field, one-on-one coverage to the backside here. Let's see, the underneath routes are covered. That's a tough pass, waiting on that under 5-yard crossing route to throw that outside the tackle box on the far side. That's about a 5-second route to go 6 yards there, Drexel.
Yeah, I mean, he should have got it to him a little bit sooner. It looks like he was trying to read the field and try to use him as, okay, this is my outlet, so to speak. But, you know, very tough throw, very tough to catch it. BB was there as well. So.
And there were 5 rushers there by Colquitt and a very good pocket by Marietta. This offensive line is not giving up by any means, and they're going to have to play 48 minutes as hard as they can. All right, we're in a passing situation here on 3rd down.
There you go.
Our left tackle got beat, but makes up for it on the play. Tyler Hughes keeps his eyes downfield and finds his sure target in Camden Overton on a little 6-yard out route. Okay, Marietta's brought it down to 4th and 10. In the little green zone here inside the 30. I think Marietta's going to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, 2 extra points, 2 extra point blocks.
Yeah, these trip situations, Colquitt has been bringing that safety over between 2 and 3, opening up the middle of the field, and it's also giving Marietta single coverage to the backside. They are lining up in a wide set here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a motion to the field to try and get one-on-one coverage, and they're snapping. Post.
Catch.
All right, that
and
is
the
Blue Devils play right there. Double post on the field side, and Tyler Hughes with great timing and finesse gets it to that outside skinny post. And not only did he catch it for a touchdown, but I think he was wearing the cornerback like a backpack.
Call him Jansport.
Yeah.
See what this flag is. I mean, it looks like it was definitely pass interference.
This cornerback was draped all over his back. I don't know how long it's going to talk. They're going to be able to talk about this. Let's watch the replay. Great pass by Tyler, and I think from that position there, it's got to be on Colquitt. I don't see how the Marietta receiver could have pushed off when the DB is smelling his fumes from the backside.
Touchdown. There you go.
All right, touchdown Marietta. That makes it 18-7, so it's a 19-point game. They're probably going to go for 2 here to try and make it 21, 3 full possessions, especially considering they haven't exactly gotten a extra point through the uprights or even to the uprights at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Had a little bit of trouble with that last week at the scrimmage. That's going to be something for Marietta to work on going forward. And I know they'll end up doing that every day next week.
Right.
It'll be a lot of fun in practice for those boys. All right, Marietta is in fact bringing their offense out. And they are in a tight end to the right, 2 receivers left. Set, a little 11 set with 1 tight end, 1 running back. Motion, speed sweep motion. All right, let's see the whip route to the backside. Nope, run through it. Hey, that's a tough play right there. You're waiting for something to develop backside with Camden Overton, and that pressure just came.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it basically just changed the whole play. And Tyler had to kind of scramble out, run a little bit. Was thinking about trying to run it in, but it just wasn't there. He had to throw it.
No, and I think that was a good decision. He had the wide receiver had some leverage. That was the best chance they had to get that 2-point conversion. We got to make sure on that backside we're holding up. I think Manuel Olatane has been out there going on almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's starting to show a little bit of fatigue with his offensive line footwork. And that's resulting in Colquitt having a short edge on their right side. We'll see if Marietta subs him out a little bit on the defensive line to give him a breather. I know last week during the scrimmage we also did some offensive line subs for him as well. Brought Broderick Tommy, the nose tackle in, the starting nose tackle, number 59, brought him in at tackle to run a few plays on offense. So it's good to have a team where you can get those 2-way starters a break on either side of the ball if you want to. A lot of times those guys that go 120 plays a game, they can't come off of the ball on at least on one side. Right. A lot of times not on both. So it's good to see him able to take a few plays off if he needs it on either side of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they definitely need a break here and there, and it's starting to show a little bit. So hopefully we can get them sub a little bit, get them a little bit fresher.
All right, Marietta is lining it up on the short 45 to kick what should be hopefully something at the B or the L in Blue Devils. This should just be a touchback, but that doesn't mean that the kickoff team can lollygag down there. They need to get after this as well, just in case. And it is out of the back of the end zone. That might have been a touchback from the regular 40. He really kicked that one good.
Yeah, he definitely booted that one. So we'll see. We'll see if that's enough rest for the defense. See if they come out a little bit more refreshed. Stop the drive and stop. Again, they were starting to get the angles into the corners and things of that nature. And let's just see if we're able to stay home and see if they have some fresh legs out there. They had a pretty good break.
Well, luckily there's only a couple of guys that go 2 ways on this defense for Marietta, and they're none of the secondary players, which I think gives Marietta an advantage. All right, 4 wide receivers, 1 high safety, bad snap, scramble by the quarterback, 2-yard gain. That's Hey, it looks like Marietta is starting to get comfortable in this game, and Colquitt is staying nervous to me. They just haven't quite calmed down. All right, we got ourselves a joker look here with a tight end to the weak side, 3 wide receivers left.
Oh.
And that's got to be a miscommunication play there. We had 2 pull men pull to the right with the quarterback, and the quarterback gave the zone to the left. He was covered by 4 guys that were unblocked.
Yep, that was Ezekiel. Third and 9.
All right, 3rd and 9. Marietta can play off. They can, if they want to, they can roll the strong side safety down and play a cover 4.
Uh-oh. Encroachment.
Looks to be a bad mental mistake for Marietta.
We look too eager. Looks like we were bringing some heat, and he was a little eager there.
3rd and 9 to 3rd and 4, opening a lot of options on the playbook. Now they can run their outside screen passes along with just those regular hitches, as long as they take those things to 6 yards and cut them off. All right, Marietta looks to be running a cover 1 shell. No blitz. And they tried the MDJ Dynamite Dozen selection at cornerback, Jace Arnold, and he was not only was he with the wide receiver step for step, but he kept inside leverage, pushed the wide receiver to the sideline, and there is almost no chance of making that completion.
Yeah, that was a great job by Jace.
It really was. He's worked really hard on his footwork, and I tell you, if people spend much time this season testing him, he's going to come away with several interceptions this season and maybe some for touchdown. He's got wheels on him. All right, Marietta coming for the half block, half return to the right.
Good punt. Oh, we muffed it.
And that is a huge mistake by Marietta. Our return man was tracking that all the way outside of the numbers and had his eyes on the first tackler. Was not able to field it cleanly, and that's a tough call, Drexel. You're outside of the numbers there. Do you yell Peter to get away from it, or throw a hand up, or try and return it?
Yeah, with that, I mean, I guess he didn't really see the guy coming to him, but you know, that situation, we would like to yell at Peter, or at least wait for a fair catch to try to see if you can field it cleanly.
I think putting your hand up to the sky and letting God know that you're going to catch it without interference is probably the best way to go on that one. Let everybody in the stadium know about it. Oh, Colquitt is tight here with their tackle and guard to the left. I don't know if that was an alignment issue or what. You know, I'm going to take a little spotlight on nose tackle right here. It looks like we have our sub in for Broderick Tommy. All right, running a little bit of a little coverage mistake there by Daniel Martin on the field. It's tough. He wants to play his tight ends in on that field side so that he can help on the run, and it leaves him a little bit weak for those shallow routes outside of the backfield. All right, inside zone. Running back had a seam for a good 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for the defense. I mean, you flip the field position to a certain extent, and think you're coming off the field, muff a punt, now you're back out there, and now let's see how we will respond on it. So far, not good, because they just got a first down.
Yeah, back a couple of first downs here on this drive. We're in a wide set. It's putting some stress on those outside linebackers. And Colquitt is trying to figure out some bread and butter here. I think the offensive coordinator, the head coach, might have had a conversation about 3 yards consistently is a little bit better than throwing deep routes to the receivers on the sidelines. All right, fullback in. Backside trap, we stretched it. That running back for Colquitt's got some good speed there. We stretched him all the way outside of the numbers, and he was still able to get the edge at those last 3 or 4 feet there before getting too close to the side.
Yeah, he's been running hard all night.
Hey, but if Marietta can keep him running 40 yards for 5-yard gains, he ain't gonna be able to do that for 4 quarters.
Right.
All right, a little power play to the left here. Great job by Marietta. We got boot penetration by the nose, the right end, and a good fill by the outside linebacker.
See what the laundry's about. Looks like Colquitt's backing up.
Looks like not only did he get beat on the play, but he held them as well. Let's watch the replay. Yeah. That was a blatant hold, not only a blatant hold by number 14, the tall receiver. They've had him inside, outside, and at tight end. He's kind of the utility man for this receiving crew. He's in the slot and on right now. Let's see if they try a post here from the boundary side. Double screen.
Oh, good initial stick by Carlos.
That's a great hick stick by Carlos Cervantes there, but he kind of drove him forward 3 or 4 yards instead of sticking him backwards.
That's why I said initial. Players down.
I don't doubt it after getting hit by that future Presbyterian football player. He's going to be going up to Presbyterian College to play football for the next 4 years. Said he picked the school because of the low teacher-to-student ratio, which lets you know a little bit of the head on that young man's shoulders, making the right kind of decisions for the next phase of his life.
Definitely. I mean, that's an important aspect when you go to college. You know, sometimes you can get lost when there's a big class and, you know, teachers don't really know who you are. Smaller classes, you're able to concentrate a lot more, able to get a little more one-on-one work.
And that's why he's been a 4-year letterman here at Marietta. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he plays tough, he plays smart, and he is one heck of a leader. I know all the guys on that defense would get behind him and run through a wall for him.
You know, a couple players up, walking off on his own, a little gingerly, but glad to see him pop up and walking off with no assistance.
That is Kavion Pollard for Colquitt County. Going to take at least one play off. Let's hope that he's okay and can get back in the game here in a little bit. All right, 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. Ball's in the middle of the field. Colquitt's lined up with a tight end right, fullback left. Looks like we're going to get some power trap game. That tackle is in the backfield. I think tackle guard are going to pull right here, Drax.
Oh.
No, Daniel. Daniel Martin couldn't hold his water coming on the edge there on that blitz. That's a tough play. We have a little bit of room to work with, but now they're into a 3rd and 8 situation. Brings those middle routes open, those dig routes and posts from the seam. Let's see, they're staying big here. Trips left to the fullback. That left tackle's still in the backfield. I like them running a power play to the right. Right into the A gap, B gap. Yep, tackle and guard pulled. Luckily, they didn't pull very well. Both of them pulled outside, and one of them's got to be a lead blocker on that play, and neither one of them went upfield, and that got tackled for a loss.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good job by the defensive line there. And linebackers coming up, make sure he didn't get what he wanted.
Well, with that left tackle telegraphing that play like that, I don't know how many more times they can call it. That was the guard, wasn't it? In the backfield again. This is straight up pass situation. Man coverages. Let's look for the corner to the left side. No, he went post.
Quick post. Oh, he dropped it.
I don't know why the left outside receiver would go in motion and then you would still run a post with the slot receiver.
Let's bring the defense over to him.
Because you brought the defender into that route, but
we'll take it.
That apparently is in the playbook for Colquitt County. I thought that was going to be a corner all day when they isolated up the slot receiver with the corner. It's actually the nickel. It wasn't even the corner. All right. Let's see if Marietta can get some pressure in this A gap again and get somebody with a hand up. This kicker kicks it low. They are very blockable.
Oh.
And
oh, it was tipped. We got a little bit blocked there.
We got some great pressure on the left side from our A and B gap players. And I tell you what, tall and rangy comes in handy for Ezekiel Durham Campbell. He basically strides over a guy like he's doing summer sprints and gets a hand on that ball.
Right.
That's an athletic play right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and this is another great job by the defense. Think you're off the field, have to get right back on there and hold them to another field goal try. Get your big mid up there. No good. Get the offense back out there. Great job, D.
Like you said, that's one heck of a defensive play stand when the offensive possession is 0 plays. They didn't even. They're the punt return team too, so they didn't get one play of a break. All right, Marietta is in a 3 receivers to the right. Set. Looks like Colquitt's bringing some pressure. Wide open to Camden Overton in the slot. That's a first down. Let's look for Marietta to line up relatively quick with some personnel changes here. All right, we got Luke Morgan in for Zuri Johnson. We still have Melvin Alexander in. All right. Trips with a wide fullback, I would say. Let's see what happens here. Good hold up. Throw it to the backside post. That was a well covered by the right safety there for Colquitt County.
Yeah, Tyler had to let that go. He got a hit as soon as he let it go.
That's a tough play for that backside safety. You see that rollover, and to keep getting depth when you work to your left with the rollout is tough. Marietta was looking to take advantage of some novice play there, and the safety was able to sniff it out. All right, we're in trips again, actually quads with the running back to the right. All right, inside zone fake, pop pass to Camden Overton.
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
Play call.
Big fellow stumbles.
Hey, he's been running great routes. He's got unbelievable hands, and the heart and effort that he puts into to running the ball is really unbelievable. I can't believe when he was 14 years old, I had to line him up at left tackle because he was our best, biggest athlete. All right, a little rollout right, screen left. We can get the corner
flag
blocked. And there's a line of scrimmage flag as well. So let's see if Marietta's going to get backed up a little bit further here. Legal shift against Marietta.
So that'll back us up a few yards to first down.
Well, it's just tough to have consistently good offensive plays and get into a rhythm and play calling if you only get 1 or 2 plays to run this no huddle. All right, we're in a spread set. Slots are on the line. Speed sweep motion to the right. It's a handoff.
Oh, it's a pass.
It's a pass, and he is wide open. The ball was thrown out of bounds.
He get wide open.
Christian Mathis' pass is incomplete.
There was plenty of blocking on that play. Just a great pursuit by Colquitt County's front 7. All right, Marietta is in a spread formation with the slots on. The outside receivers are off. Let's go underneath route. Little pressure. Tyler is going to take off.
Oh, nice move.
Great move. Let's get down with the first down. Way to go.
Good job.
That's another one of those plays where last year Tyler Hughes might have tried to get a few extra yards after the first down and taken an unnecessary hit. He had a real smart play. He looked to his left, saw where the first down marker was, got down. There's no reason to take a hit when you take a timeout, 6 seconds left. He actually gave us an opportunity here to be able to go for the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, one-on-one, he put a move on him. That's the highlight tape material there. And like you said, last year he would have kept going, try to get extra yards, and would have got lit up, so to speak. But smart move. That's a senior move. Let's get down. Another set of downs we have here, and let's call a timeout and regroup.
All right, it's 6 seconds left in the second quarter. I don't see Marietta able to pull off any play action since they've been about 90% pass to run on play callings this first half. I'd like to see Marietta go back to that double post or possibly see if they can sneak the inside receiver in the squads right in the seam here. But Colquitt should be playing two safeties deep. Oh, hey, this is going to be Marietta's going to run a post and a corner switch by number 2 and number 9 here. Pull it vertical, break off, get rid of the ball.
You can't throw it short, though.
Well, that's a tough play call right there. Marietta tried to stack up those two receivers in the slot, and one with a post and one with a corner, but unfortunately number 2 and number 16 aren't the two fastest receivers on the team, and they couldn't make up the 20 yards that the safety was giving them in depth on that alignment. All right, we have come to the end of the first half here, and we've got a 20-minute halftime for you. We would like to thank our sponsors, Marietta Power, Cawthorn, Knorr and Owen, civil litigation law firm, and Zaxby's. So we got everything you want. We'll keep the lights on, we'll feed you, and help take care of those domestic issues for you as well, Drexel.
Yeah, I don't have that. But, hey, definitely a shout-out to our sponsors. Appreciate it. LT, if you listen, hey, shout-out to you as well. We'll get some more shout-outs in the second half. But, you guys enjoyed the halftime. Do we have a halftime show? Is the band coming out? I guess not. Maybe not.
It looks like the band has left the building.
All right. So, Colquitt's band looks like they're coming out. So you guys enjoy the halftime. We'll see you on the other side of it.
and gentlemen, how about another hand for the Colquitt County High School 50th Regiment Band? Good evening, Marietta. Please welcome to the field the award-winning Marietta High School Blue Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Coleman and Leah Prescott. The drum majors of the 2021 Blue Devil Band are Bertie Gilcrease and Zach Harrison. The Blue Devil Marching Band would like to thank our 2021 sponsors, Pinnacle Orthopedics, C.W. Matthews, S.A. White Oil Company, Zaxby's on the South Loop, Kraft Bank, the Veterinary Clinic, E. Smith Heating and Air, and Gilcrease Family Dentistry. Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember the 80s? Big hair, great music. Even if you did not personally experience this decade, you too can experience the 80s with the Marietta Blue Devil Marching Band's 2021 competitive show entitled Upside Down. Break out the hairspray and the neon leotards for hits such as Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight and Journey's Open Arms. But that's not all. This upbeat performance has a dark twist as Demogorgons, monsters from another dimension, take over, featuring themes from Netflix TV series Stranger Things. Tonight, the Blue Devil Marching Band will preview parts 1 and 2 of the show. So stay tuned for more as the season progresses.
Now I need your help to get back to the year.
Drum majors, Bertie Gilcrease and Zach Harrison. Are you, the Blue Devil Band, ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Marietta City Schools proudly presents the Marietta High School Blue Devil Marching Band.
Now I need your help to get back to the year 1985. I'm there waving at you.
Marietta Blue Devils would like to thank the following sponsors for their support in 2021. That was Marietta Housing Authority, Marietta Power and Water, Smith Stumbling Curling and Packers LLC, Walker Community, Zaxby's, located in our South Marietta Parkway America, Delta Community Credit Union, Johnson and Aldi, SA White Oil Company, Tip Top Poultry, Woodland Smith Insurance, Trajan Homes, CW Matthews Contracting, Summit Heating and Air, Turner Chapel AME Church, RK Ready Construction, Go Forth Goods, Credit Union of Georgia, Ansley Real Estate. Ansley Real Estate Best of 2021 winner, located on the Marietta Square. Is a proud supporter of the Blue Devils. Go Big Blue. Marietta Toyota, Fleming Carpet and Design, Majestic Plumbing and Electric, E. Dennis Air Conditioning, Faithful Installations for all your TV mounting and lighting fixture needs. Check out faithfulinstallations.org for a free quote. Pressbox Meal, sponsored by Majestic Plumbing and Electric, and thanks to Colquitt. Look for the full-page ad in the program. MHS football team would like to thank Ansley Real Estate for the pregame meal and Waynesboro Italian Ices, located on the north home concourse near the main gate.
All right, we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed the halftime show. Ready to start this second half. What are you looking for the second half, Will?
I'm looking to see who can maintain some consistency here. Marietta has had some really great play in the first half. They've also had some really bad play in the first half. Tyler Hughes is 10 for 18 with 3 touchdowns and almost 200 yards, but we've got to have over 50 yards in penalties, and that affects you one place or another on the field. All right, the ball has dropped with an infamous gust of wind on this balmy night. It looks like we're going to reset up for kickoff here. The kicker is right center here. That indicates to me that he's going to be trying to put it on the 10 on Marietta's right, or I doubt it, possibly a pooch to the left center here. And he's driving it down to the 10 on the right, almost into the end zone. That's pretty good depth. Marietta failed to squeeze the gaps right there at the 20. They had 2 guys who just got ran past, and Colquitt is up on the 40-yard line to start their first drive here of the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good kick. I mean, you should want your intuition on the first one. That's where he kicked it to. But to almost get in the end zone, and, you know, we had 2 opportunities to make a tackle and set them up deep in their own side of the field. Good return by Colquitt.
Yep, no, looks like they are on the 36 instead of the 40. All right, we got 2 wide receivers out wide to the right, tight end to make it a trip set, and 2 running backs. Looks like they're to the right. Check a run to the left here. All right. Some good gang tackling by Marietta. Way to not give up the edge. So that's an overload set by Colquitt. They had 5 wide receivers, or 5 position players right of the quarterback on the last play. Sweep motion. Let's look the screen here. All right, are we going to cover the edge and get him down?
That's a tough run.
That's a tough run. That's a missed tackle by number 1, Daniel Martin. Don't see him do that too often. Let's hope that's the last time tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming out, missed a couple of tackles, had a couple opportunities on the kickoff. We need to kind of tighten up a little bit.
I think we're going to try and see Colquitt try and get some consistency here, throwing some screens, running some zone plays. Right here, let's look for a swinging gate screen to the running back. He's blocking out. They're going deep. And that's just a great play and read by the Colquitt Packers. Good job by Nico Fan there, staying in the pocket.
Wait, did it?
And
they call an interception? They called an interception. Or did they call first down? Let's see. I mean, Marietta fans get excited and
I was over here analyzing the play, and
didn't see anything. Let's see what happens on the replay. A lot of great hand fighting on the line there. And we
really
see them.
Simultaneous catch. I think.
Yeah, this is just a little who wants it more drill from summer practice, right? You can't have pads on, but let's let the guys get after each other a little bit. I believe that's going to be simultaneous grasping and down by contact. I don't know how the referees are going to be able to give this to Marietta for an interception. This is, after all, football and not wrestling.
Yep. I think Marietta reacted to Miley coming out with the ball, but simultaneous catch, you go down, offensive player wins.
All right, Colquitt's got 2 wide receivers way out on the field and a fullback on the short side. You know, let's see if they're going to stay vanilla, running inside zone to the right with the fullback getting the backside end, or with this cover 3, are they going to try and work the post? They're lined up awfully far out. I think we're going to see a zone to the right here. They went with the pull guy. That's only the 2nd or 3rd time quarterback has kept the ball on that zone read. That being the case, that's a decent stop for Marietta. You'd like them to make the tackle closer to the line of scrimmage, but they haven't seen that iteration of the play yet. All right, that was either motion and an illegal shift, or I don't think the referees have quite gotten to that far in the season yet to call that play, huh?
Yeah, I was looking for the flag. Didn't see it.
All right, a little counter with the quarterback. And that's just a great fold by Ezekiel Durham Campbell. Feeling that pull by the tackle, taking a downfield angle and getting a tackle for loss against a good running quarterback.
Yeah, and a good solid tackle, the one that you feel.
All right, we're trips. They're lined up tight. I think we're looking for maybe a post corner with these 2 slot receivers here, or a double post and an out to a wheel with that inside guy.
Uncatchable.
Well, they call that uncatchable, Drexel. If I was in a white jersey, I'd be pretty mad about there not being laundry on the field there.
Yeah. But we're pulling for the blue, so hey.
That's right.
There ain't no mistake. We're pulling for the Blue Devils, but
this
we'll call it fair.
YouTube commentary, so we can be a little bit partial, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if Colquitt's had confidence. They tried a 47-yard field goal that was just left. It was far enough, so this 28-yard field goal should be well within this kicker's range. And he gets it up and through the uprights. Maybe not as high driving of a kick as you would want being a kicking coach, but points are points. Colquitt County has pulled within 1 possession, 8 points to the Marietta Blue Devils, despite only having 1 touchdown and a field goal. The lack of performing by Marietta on 2 extra points, being forced to do a 2-point conversion on their last touchdown has been what's keeping this game a lot closer than it should be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you have those points up, it may be a different play call that the other offensive coordinator has to call. That puts us in a better situation to get turnovers, things like that later on down the line in this game. But right now, 1 possession game, 2-point conversion is tied up. So very important. The offense gets out here, has a drive, sustain a drive, but more importantly, get points from that drive.
Yeah, I'd really love to see Marietta establish something in the run game here, although I can understand the hesitancy in doing so. This Colquitt Packers, they really pack each one of the gaps, quite honestly, in the defensive front. Their front 7 on their 4-3 is very tough. It's where they're experienced, and I wouldn't be very eager to get Tyler hurt just to establish the run game with him. Marietta returning it again, and looks like we were out inside the 25, but hey, as long as Colquitt keeps lining up and kicking like that, they're going to have teams returning on them every single kickoff all season. That's going to be
10, 11, however many games they go into the playoffs, everyone's going to return on them. They're kicking from the left hash to the left numbers, and their furthest right person is inside the hash mark. That's a third of the field that they're just not covering because they think the trajectory of the kicker is going to take that away. And I tell you, Marietta's got some good returners on special teams, but they aren't the fastest guys Colquitt's going to see all year. They're going to be in some trouble if they keep doing that all year long and think that it's going to be adequate. All right, it looks like Colquitt's getting out of the 4-3 and going to a little bit of a 3-4 look with some outside linebackers. All right.
Oh, incomplete.
That's an incomplete pass there. I wish we hadn't have done the little screen pass to the third guy. That pull, kick out, and lead was actually there in the run game.
Yeah, and them switching to was it 3-4, bringing in the linebackers, get some of that beef off the line. To me, that says, hey, we know you're going to pass. I think we're good enough to stop your run at this point in time.
Yeah, and look at that. Now they're back down into a 4-3, really giving them multiple front look to this Marietta line to try and get some inconsistent play. All right, and we run the trap with the quarterback, just like it worked. It looked real well, even though it was the eye dressing on the previous play. And Coach Morgan sees that. Coach saw that up in the booth, and they just came right back, ran the same play, and kept it on the ground this time.
And I saw something I didn't like, and I wondered why he slowed down. But Tyler, it looks like he might have pulled something on there, or hurt. Something's going on with his leg. You see him limping a little bit because there was a seam there. Normally he would have jet right on that seam, but he slowed down, started juking a little bit. And he's coming up hobbling, non-contact type of situation.
Well, those are definitely the kind of injuries you don't want to see. They're going to get number 7 hydrated with this timeout, and
looks like it might be cramps.
See if we can get him to calm down a little bit on the second half and get through another 19 minutes and 46 seconds of football.
Yeah, and he's hobbling walking out there. And hopefully it's just a cramp and then subsides because that's going to take away a part of his threat.
All right, Marietta's got Overton in at fullback on the right. Let's see if he runs a seam or out in the flat. Just absolutely no time for Tyler there. They came in hard on Marietta's right side, and the play action was not effective. That's going to be troublesome if number 7 keeps running free like that all day.
Second down and 17 for the Blue Devils.
All right. Let's see what we got Marietta lining up here. They're taking their time a little bit with the 2nd and 18 call. A little bit of a bunch of trips to the right side, open. All right, we got the zone read. RPO behind it, great reach and grab by Camden Overton. Are they going to call that a fumble or down by contact?
He's calling incomplete.
Well, there is always a third option, I suppose.
Here's the replay here.
And let's see, good contact on the line. Looks like an incomplete pass, a little bit outside of the frame of our recording professionals here. All right, they're in a 4-3 with 0 guys in the middle of the field. Can we get it to a post route? We ended up running a slot fade. Good position by the safety there.
Yeah, a little bit outside of reach as well. Looks like we have a player down or slow to get up. Is he getting up? There you go. There is a flag on the play, though. Looks like it's
at the line of scrimmage. Well, let's wait patiently for another meeting by the referees. They've been very slow to call plays and have talked things through, and I think that's made them really call a clean game tonight. We've had a good job by these referees with play calling.
Waved off, and this is also their first game as well. So first for everyone. But great communication with them. And you're right, they have been calling a good game so far.
All right, this 4th down on the 40. This is in the go situation. It looks like we're replacing to go full punt. And Tyler Hughes is still back there to punt, even though he was limping a little bit earlier. So let's see if he has that leg strength to kick the ball deep and the confidence in his quad and hamstring. All right, Marietta's going to get down the Colquitt's going for the block on the Marietta left side. We're going to need to get a guy over there to cover the outside man. Looks like we've got this manned up. Nobody should be coming.
Gets off a pretty good punt.
Yeah, well,
with the coverage. Carlos Cervantes with the tackle.
And then there's a little bit of the problem you get in. He's a great athlete, but he's not a punter by trade. And the best thing he can do is punt the ball down the field. And instead of getting that punt to the left side of the hashes, it ended up floating to the middle of the field, being a great opportunity for a return. And now we're at a net 14-yard punt. Because the punt team wasn't able to fan out and cover the middle of the field. All right, Colquitt's lining up with a fullback in here. Let's see if they get some more of that power game to their right side of the fullback.
Good job staying home.
And that's a great job by Daniel Martin. He played that well, and not only that, the fullback wasn't able to commit to a block on him, and he was able to stay free. He left that fullback in no man's land. He should have just picked somebody and put hands on him. All right, fullback again. Let's see if we run the zone with the backside with the fullback. Sprint out. Look at that. We get the corners. All right, that's illegal.
No one's there. No one's there. Look,
that's grounding. We got the refs talking. Let's get them to talk through this again. Now, I think since we didn't see any laundry, they're going to end up oh, no, they dropped the flags.
They converse with each other and say, hey, yeah, the new one's over there.
Yet again, another example of this reffing crew coming together, working together to make the correct plays. I think they've done a fantastic job so far tonight.
Yeah. And we have someone else down.
That's a secondary cramp.
Right. And we actually had someone kind of hobble off the field as well and kind of drop down a little bit. I think, first game, heat, things of that nature. I think some of that lack of activity is building up. We got some cramps going on.
And it, at least up here in Cobb County, the weather this summer was pretty good for the first couple of months, and it really heated up once we got into August. So,
yeah.
They haven't had as many hot days as in years past. So I expect this fourth quarter is going to be really telling on who was able to hydrate for 5 to 7 days before this game started.
Right. You can't start the day of and think you're hydrated.
Yeah, no. Pickle juice ain't going to save you on Friday night.
So the mom definitely looks like a cramp, so.
Well, it looks like Marietta still got Marietta's a new corner in Frazier. Looks like they brought Jalen Frazier in, number 29, and to play the single side corner. All right, trips to the left, running back to the left, either running zone or going deep here.
Yep, pass it short, try to give them work. All right.
That's a tough result there for Marietta.
Yeah.
You got a guy running a crossing route that catches the ball at essentially 0 yards, and you don't have anybody to cap him off on that outside run, and he's able to get the corner.
Right, and it's put him in a position to go for it on 4th down.
All right, 4th and 3. They got the whole playbook open, and Marietta gave them the first down.
Mental breakdowns. We saw a lot of it the first half, and you know that right there. I mean, they're driving the ball a little bit. That could be costly. So hopefully we get that together and stop having those mental errors that we've been having this game.
Well, for the life of me, I can't figure out how he jumped in the air to jump off sides. At least strike him with your hands and stay low.
I see you, Coach.
All right, we're going one-on-one coverage on the single side to the boundary. We got everybody covered backside. They're going to have the wheel route on number 10's open. We got to make a decision by the corner. He went to the right decision.
And interception.
Quarterback didn't have an arm strong enough to put it into the window. Floated it up there, and we've got our
Hall,
senior two-year starter at safety, covering 25 yards of field to go get that ball and get an interception.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a good job by him because you know, I was a little concerned about, you know, they had a little momentum going forward on fourth down. We had that mental error. I mean, a lot of things can happen, but hey, got the interception. We'll take it.
Yeah, that wide receiver in the slot was wide open, and instead of taking the completion at about 25 yards, he went for the completion at about 40. And you know, anybody at Madden can tell you it doesn't matter where it was caught. If it goes through the end zone, it's 6 points. So if he did, good thing for us, he didn't hit that earlier.
Right.
All right, looks like, what do we have here?
So, no, this is the first meeting.
Change of possession, heat delay, or?
I don't know.
Just giving everybody an opportunity to breathe it out and think about what they want to call, I guess.
Right. You know, this is the first meeting with Colquitt County since 1994.
That's correct. They actually, Marietta and Colquitt County actually met 2 times in the early 90s, both in the state semifinals, both ascendant wins for Colquitt County, which really put their program on the map. One at Marietta and one at Colquitt. Those were some tough games for our Marietta faithful that have been watching football for a long time. Hopefully we can get a different result tonight. All right, Marietta's in a heavy set with 2 linebackers in at fullbacks. We're going to kick and lead, see if we can get a seam. And about 4.5, 5 yards. That's a pretty good result for a team that's looking to pass first and get the ball out of the quarterback's hands in a over-the-head motion instead of under the shoulders.
Right.
But Marietta really means business when they get in that heavy formation in and they bring in a couple of starting inside linebackers at fullback spots. All right, Marietta's in a bunch right. Let's see him run some games. Can Tyler make a play with his legs? And he has gotten about a 2-yard gain out of that.
That's laundry on the field. Let's see what we got here. Situations like this, you really wish that, you know, we've established a run. You kind of get out of here. Yeah, the first run was pretty decent, but then we go back into a pass. So holding against Colquitt County, so we're going to take that. We're going to move those sticks.
All right, looks like Marietta is going to be in a 1st and 10 situation, just inside of their own 20 on the 19. But the playbook is opened back up. I think we're probably going to get in a fullback set here, give a little bit extra protection to our quarterback. See if we can work this outside combos. Running back taking the gap, but getting a little bit too horizontally. At some point in time, you gotta dip those shoulders and get upfield.
Put the head down. You know, every run's not going to be a touchdown, but you can let them know you're there.
That's right. Falling forward for half a yard sometimes better than running 6 yards east and west and having somebody following you. But that is our sophomore running back, Jalen Frazier, getting some good runs in here. All right, Marietta with a double tight end, trips to the right. Let's see if they get a pull and kick.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Bad call.
There's some terrible mistakes there on that play, and that ball is loose, and it is a touchdown by Colquitt. And there's some mental errors there. It looks like Colquitt's going to be pushed back on the kickoff. But the real question right now is, I don't think it's much of a question, Drexel. Colquitt's going to go for 2 here to tie the game up.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2, and you know, that's. I didn't like the play call. You do an option, and you really don't have as much confidence in your running game at this point in time. Unfortunate pitch. They were there to capitalize on it. They're going to go for 2 and try to tie this up. And
well, to be honest, I think it was a busted play, Drex. I think the running back and the quarterback went the wrong way.
Let's take a look. Here's a replay.
They went to the trips outside, and the backside guard and tackle pulled for a kick out and a fill block to the left, and quarterback and running back ran option to the 2 receivers out to the right. So they ran away from their offensive line block, and either the line was wrong or the quarterback and running back were wrong. So I guess pick your poison on who you want to yell at there.
That's sportsmanlike conduct called against Colquitt County. That team will be observed on the kickoff.
What are they for the celebration?
Oh yeah, I think they were very happy they were able to get into the end zone. It wasn't on an offensive drive, as they've only done that once tonight. But it was on a great effort by the defense when they had Marietta yet again backed inside to their own 20. It's hard to start up your pass first offense when you've got 80 to 90 yards to go every time. All right, Colquitt's lined up with a fullback tight end to the right, running back right. Are we going to get a pitch or a QB run? QB run.
And he kept it. I think that was number 8 in? Yeah, that's Wildcat. So the number 8
yeah,
was
it was number 8, the athlete they've been putting in these Wildcat situations. It makes it real tough on a defense, you know. You get your tight end and your fullback over there, so you can run all of your pin and pull plays, kicking out in either direction with a lead-up blocker, and then on top of that, you throw in your tailback to be a second lead blocker, so you get to lead a guy inside, lead a guy outside, kick a guy with the tight end, and all of a sudden you can't line up in a defensive formation where you have enough guys over there to leave someone unblocked. You got to have people get off blocks, and that's real hard to do when you only got 3 yards to get to pay dirt.
Right. So now what's going to be interesting is Marietta's been playing ahead this entire game.
That's correct.
Momentum shifted a little bit. How is Marietta going to react? You know, this drive is going to be very important. Yes, they just had a turnover, resulted in a touchdown, resulting in a 2-point conversion. But this adversity could tell us how this team, how they gel, how they're going to be moving forward.
It definitely could. We're going to get a return here. How is everybody on this team going to respond? Is this front line or the front 5 for Marietta going to block these inside rushers from Colquitt and effectively get us that corner so we can start on the opponent's half of the field? It looks like it's wide open. We're putting our fast guys out on the side that this kicker's kicking to. They're telegraphing it. You see here in the second half, they've now put a couple of guys outside that hash mark like we were talking about earlier.
Yep, adjustments.
All right, let's see. They're leaving 2 outside, so all you have to do is kick 2. Carlos Cervantes misses his block, but his guy's not fast enough to make the edge. And the other inside blocker was missed too. But all in all, good field position. Even if it was given to us by excessive celebration by Colquitt on the fumble return for a touchdown, it does feel good to have less than 70 yards to get to the end zone on this drive.
Yeah, it does. We'll take it.
All right, let's make sure those big guys in 50s get this blocking done on this drive, and we can sustain something here.
Now, how important are those missed extra points right now?
Oh, they're huge. It would be so much easier if it was 21-17 because Colquitt wouldn't have gone for a 2-point conversion. All right, we got Twins into the boundary, orbit motion. There we go with a screen, or we got to get a better block on the outside by Cameron Perry. He's got to hold on to that and not let it get slipped either way. Like to see him turn that DB inside to give a clean edge to our
what do you think about running that play towards the short side of the field?
I think if the defense stays balanced in the secondary and you can get good blocking on the edge, it gives you a chance to get there a lot quicker. You don't have to be the fastest guy on the field. Colquitt's got the fastest guy on the field, and he's playing running back for them, a Wildcat quarterback.
Yes.
The fastest person is not in a blue jersey. All right, tight end to the right, trip set. Let's see.
Oh, and the line
absolutely nothing by the offensive line. We got lookout blocks, guys hopping up and down like they got their feet stepped on, and 3 people meeting at the quarterback for a Packer convention. We just got to get better blocking by the offensive line consistently and with effort. I mean, at some point it's just getting your body between you and the other person, and
yeah, and I'm just looking at the body language. I mean, you look over at Colquitt, they're hyped up, players have a little bounce, and almost as if Marietta has their head down a little bit.
They definitely do. A spread set, slot receivers on the line. Let's see if we can attack the middle of the field. And not enough time for the quarterback.
Can't do anything if you don't have time.
It's real difficult for Christian Mathis to get the ball on a 30-yard deep route when we don't have 4 seconds to pass the ball for the quarterback. All right, I'm thinking with all this pressure that Colquitt's been giving us, it's 4th down. We're obviously going to punt here. I think next possession, we're going to have to see some sprint outs by the quarterback and try and get back into the screen game, although Colquitt sniffed it out pretty good.
Timeout, Colquitt.
And Colquitt with the timeout here. Let's
yeah, I'm not sure why they called that timeout. I guess they want to they see something, they want to set something up, maybe get some pressure, things of that nature. You know, Tyler's still hobbling just a little bit, so I'm wondering. I mean, of course, that's taking a portion of the playbook out because of that. Looks like to be some sort of cramp or something like that. So we'll see. It's very important that we actually protect and get this kickoff.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that decision by Colquitt. They've been doing great on the special teams against Marietta tonight. Marietta's been working that shift motion with the tight end, wide receiver to the field, but Colquitt's had number 15, Hayden Moore, standing up and not rushing on Camden Overton, so he's not going to get the opportunity to run that out or that corner. Maybe they do have a, nope, they're going to put number 15 in on the end. Now let's see, we're going to see our switch
number 8 on
and
the
our
end.
motion, and look, they're leaving the cornerback out there now. They finally saw the error of their ways. Can we get it?
Yeah,
no.
And they got a touchdown. I told you they had number 8 right here on the right-hand side.
And that's one of those tough parts. You got to get each of those gaps covered from the inside out, from the center to the edge. And if you have one guy misstep on the inside, you're going to have a quicker route to the quarterback. That's a tough special teams blunder for the Marietta Blue Devils.
So 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. Colquitt scored on every one.
Yep, and that pressure came from the outside C gap. Looked like Cameron Perry, who was in motion, left to go down to the field instead of block first. That's just that's a tough thing. You're on the line. You're not outside wide. You gotta
you got to block first. That's I think tough aspect of bringing that guy in motion, right?
Yeah, you got to nudge him at least, get him off their line.
Is you have him lined up there as a gunner, and his job is to release and get to the ball as quickly as possible, and then you motion him to a wing edge on the opposite side. Now he's an edge blocker. So by alignment, his job changes, and that's a lot to ask a high school kid to do. And we know that that was a change that was made during the game. They'd obviously worked on it at practice, but
Look at number 3. Yeah, I got it. Ooh.
And off to number 29, Jalen Fraser. Garfield on the tackle. Giving him 2 yards on the play, first down.
another conference with the referees here. I'll tell you what, these referees getting together, a conference between these flags, slows the game down a little bit, but I don't think anyone's going to be chasing them into the parking lot tonight.
No. I mean, they've taken their time, slowed the game down a little bit, but I mean, they made some pretty legit calls.
All right, fullback in the wing, 3 wide receivers, trips into the field. Let's see if they run outside zone to the boundary. Inside zone.
Inside.
Yeah, and then that right side of the Marietta defensive line is just starting to cave in a little bit with this consistent zone blocking by Colquitt County.
Yeah, taking down the 30 seconds in the third quarter. Definitely need a big play out of the defense as of right now. Try to change the momentum.
All right, we got the fullback. We're going to get just inside zone to the right here with a back block by the fullback.
Oh, and there's a ball.
Terrible handoff.
Oh, okay.
All right, there we go. That's what Marietta needs to make that sophomore do. They need to play the zone read hard to make him second guess, give or take there.
Exactly.
He didn't see what he wanted, and then by the time he saw it, he tried to pull the ball early, and that ended up being a bad mistake that they got away from there.
Now we're going into the fourth quarter, so we're going to see what happens. Marietta's down by a touchdown, was leading primarily the whole game up until a couple of miscues by the offense and punting / offense. And like you said, defense has been playing solid the entire game, but we really need the defense to kind of step up, get another turnover or something like that to change the momentum.
Oh yeah, then we need to rely. We're going to rely on this defense all year long. Need to make sure they make some plays tonight. I think at halftime, Colquitt had 132 total yards. I wouldn't be surprised if they're still definitely under 200 yards total with all these points coming from the defensive side of the ball in this third quarter.
Right, their offense hadn't really been on the field.
They have not, and defense is going to have to make some stops here, and the offense is going to have to get some protection and make a couple of plays happen, a couple of players miss. Get all 11 guys on the same page for an entire drive. We haven't had that happen since the first half. Pretty early on in the first half, too.
Yep.
All right, let's see how committed Marietta is to staying in this 3-3-5. They haven't blitzed too much. Nothing exotic from the strong safeties, but we're getting into a definite run situation with Colquitt trying to bleed the clock out. All right, drop back pass. We had curls from the outside receivers.
Nico Van, the quarterback keeper.
I think the most dangerous play right there was a dig by the number 2 receiver on the trip side. But he's number 2. That's a long time to get into that 15-yard zone behind the linebackers when you're sitting number 2 and you gotta get 25 yards to get to that spot.
Right. So defense hold serve, forcing a punt.
Yeah, another great stand by Marietta. All right, let's see if we're going to get...
that's an official timeout. Looks like he's looking at the equipment on the punter. Telling him, pull those knee pads down, son. That's what he's saying.
Very nice.
Stop trying to be stylish.
So gingerly here in the first game. All right, looks like we're going to get a rush from the left and a return from the right. Some good mugs.
Move away.
Not an advantageous kick for Marietta. That's about a 30-yard kick down the middle of the field. Took about a 10 or 12-yard bounce in Colquitt County's favor. And same story, different drive. Marietta is starting an offensive possession from inside their 20, and they're gonna have to rely on getting some yards in the run game somehow, or manufacturing some short, easier passes, because they're just simply not going to have time to get down to the field and exploit the seams along the hashes that Colquitt's giving them.
Yeah, Colquitt, all they're doing is pinning their ears back and they say, go get them. Get the quarterback, and they've been successful. That's right.
And since they've gone from the 4-3 to this 3-4, Marietta really hadn't found any consistency in pass blocking. All right, they're holding up well.
I see. Oh, that would have been a great catch. I mean,
and we got a little bit of crossing routes from the receivers there, but that's a hard pass to make into that seam with a guy trailing your back hip.
Yep.
Outside was open, but that's short, and you know, I think Tyler Hughes is going to have to remind himself that this is high school football, and you don't need to get one possession back in one play. You can get it in a whole drive. Let's make the high percentage plays. All right, we got Stack in the slot on trips to the left. Let's see how they play with that.
Oh.
And
there's a flag, but they ate him up. Just no time at all.
No, it didn't look like the right tackle was able to even get a hand on the defensive end from there. They're gonna. It's tough. The personnel to bring in this situation to give an extra blocker to the offensive line is number 16, Camden Overton. He's the biggest body. He's a hard player, but he also has the best body to take advantage of these seam routes.
Yeah.
And he has the best hands on the team, so you're really hurting yourself in one aspect to cover up some deficiencies in the other aspect of the game doing that. So we'll see if they bring him back in here as a fullback, or maybe even just bring him in a little bit tighter so you can pause the outside linebackers with him.
Right,
is he going to block? Is he going to seal block me, or is he going to get into that little dig seam area? All right, Marietta's in wide. A little back and forth motion to the right. And Tyler's just taking off here. First down. Really not much of a play there to be had. He got his little play action, had his eyes downfield, and as soon as he was in a situation to deliver the ball, there was a guy on him, and he had to take off.
Looks like he's recovered a little bit from that cramp he had earlier. I mean, he looked pretty good on that run, and he made it happen with his feet. First down.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to protect himself a little bit with his own feet and hope that 3 of the 4 guys rush and get blocked. All right, let's see if we can take that number 15 at end. Running right at him, the cutback on the inside zone. That's one of our best non-quarterback runs of the night. A little inside zone cut back to the Marietta sideline, and got a good 6-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean, 2nd and 4 is better than 2nd and 15 that we've been used to this half.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's happened more than once or twice today. All right, let's see. Marietta is going to be. Ooh, we got some. Okay, nope. They're in a trips tight with a guy outside. Let's see if they're going to run screen or do some post corner games.
Oh no! Oh no!
And it doesn't matter without much time for the quarterback.
From on the play, Colquitt County ball. Again, offensive miscues.
Is that Marietta's 3rd turnover tonight?
Yeah, here's the replay. Makes one move.
Just that outside linebacker unblocked completely again.
Yeah. I think we're fortunate that the guy wasn't able to scoop it. I mean, because he had Green right in front of him, straight to the end zone. So we're fortunate there. But unfortunately for the defense, they're going to have to come out here and prove themselves once again due to a miscue by the offense.
Yeah, this Marietta defense is going to have to start opening themselves up to getting gashed in the passing game. Luckily, Colquitt was playing with 10. Now they got a fullback in, and they're going to run zone to the boundary.
Yep.
And they cut it back. They're getting a great push backside, and when they're running away from that fullback's just helping double team the end, and he's not even having to get a double team release to the linebacker. They're just folding number 5 down in the run game, and that cutback's working every time. All right, we got the fullback, running back split, zone to the right. And see, they're giving Marietta inside zone steps for the offensive line, but they're kind of starting now to follow the fullbacks. So they'll run it to the side the fullbacks on, but the fullbacks being so effective coming backside to cut the backside contain off, the running back's just going to follow his butt, and there's a gap there every time. All right, 2 tight ends and a fullback. This is a heavy set. They're either going, Wildcat game.
And looks like they got the first down.
That's been pretty much taken to the bank for 4 to 5 yards of play, if not more.
Brought down at the 9-yard line. Gain of 5 yards on the play.
All right, same play. Got their big fullback, number 14 in at tight end.
Keeping the Wildcat.
Brought the left side guard on a pull fill with the right fullback kicking the end out.
And Colquitt's doing what they want to do. They're getting their yardage. They have the clock tick. And they're in a good position to score. They're not in a hurry.
No, they're not. Marietta's in a tough situation in run formations like this, not being able to get out of the 3-3. You got a couple of linebackers that when you're in regular situations, they're doing a good job of covering field in the pass and the run game. But now you're bringing these guys up to play defensive ends in a 5-2. And all of a sudden, that BC gap's getting pretty big out there with these down blocks of these tackles. I mean, look at that backside block there. That defensive end that's playing tackle now just got mushed down into the A gap with a down block with a tackle. It's makes it a nightmare for the linebackers when the gap's 2.5 yards wide. All right, looks like Colquitt's going to try and razzle-dazzle. Maybe a couple of hitches in a corner by number 14, or are they just going to run the quarterback off the edge?
I bet they run the quarterback off the edge on this one. Oh, no.
Well, they tried it.
They tried a little pass there, but hey, luckily the snap was down low. The quarterback had to reach down and grab it. It kind of disrupted the timing of the play. Allowed the defensive line a chance to actually get in there and disrupt them a little bit. Brought them down before we can get in yard. Actually lost a yard on that one.
Well, I think offensively it's been something of a problem for Colquitt. They keep trying to do things that I believe the coordinator and head coach want to be good at the end of the year. But if they would just stick to the bread and butter that's working, they could have 10, 12-minute long drives. But, you know, they get down inside the 5 and they want to be cute and throw a touchdown pass for their quarterback. And they've been running the ball in between the tackles all day long. I think that's just a gift to Marietta with that play calling.
Yeah. Looks like Emmanuel's down. Looks like it appears to be a cramp.
He's been playing a heck of a game on both sides of the ball. He looked like he gave a great effort at conditioning this year. I haven't seen him with his hands on his knees very much, but you can only physically push your body so much until it starts to cramp up, and
right.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, he's getting up. There we go. So now we're in a hole, a deeper hole. 10 points, 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So
Marietta's going to have to either going to have to orchestrate a drive right now and then rely on some stops or some trickery. We're kind of getting to that point in the game. 6 minutes left. We know that we're going to be passing. Hopefully, Coach Morgan can dial up maybe one of those outside, inside, two-way screens while Colquitt's giving some pressure. I sure wish Colquitt would call some blitzes here to maybe thinking that they could end the game and us get them in that.
Taking advantage of them.
If they back those linebackers up to 7 yards and the safeties up to 12 to 15, it's going to be really tough for us to score a touchdown in the time that we need to. So let's hope they're overly aggressive. And they already are right here. We got the edge. If number 5 can get his block, that's a great block. Get up on him.
Yep.
And just had to wait for our kind of fullback on the return to get to his blocker.
Yeah.
If he gets aggressive to that block and doesn't wait for the return man to set it up, I think that could have been a touchdown there. But it goes back to 11 men giving all-out effort on every single play and being mentally focused. All right, we got Broderick Tommy in at left tackle. He's been starting at nose all game. Let's see how good his conditioning is. Spread out. I like the play call.
All right, utilize the sideline a little bit.
Yeah, it looked on that sprint out like both the hitch and the corner were open. I like the decision to go to the hitch. It's the guaranteed 8 to 10 yard route. It shows that Marietta quarterback's not trying to force things. He's still going to let things come to him, and there's plenty of time left in the game for that to happen.
Yeah, and that's a laundry on the field. Let's see what they think. And they are conversion again.
We've been watching this all day. I believe the referees have gotten in more huddles tonight than either one of the offenses. I'm going to have to check the YouTube replay tomorrow, but they definitely have gotten in more huddles than Marietta has.
Good observation there, Coach.
Yeah.
Legal substitution against Colquitt. Good call.
And that's kind of one of the first mistakes Colquitt's made here in the second half. I've been surprised with how being behind into the end of the first half and traveling this far for a game, how much composure this young team has had here in the third and fourth quarter.
Right. At the end of the half, you made a comment, hey, they still look like they're nervous, look like they're jittery. I don't know what Coach said on that side at halftime, but they came out poised, made a couple of turnovers, got excited over there, and you know, you think they're excited to make mistakes, but no, they've actually been playing very good ball.
Yeah, they have sustained it throughout these two quarters, and we'll see if they can keep it up. It looks like Marietta chose to take the illegal substitution to remain at first down and 5 as opposed to second and 4th and 4. All right, they're in the unusual pistol with a fullback, even with a Q. Great job there to Camden Overton. Is he going to run the safety over? And he does.
Let him know you're there. Let him know you're there. Maybe you think twice about coming up next time.
6'2", 230 pounds. You better try and run the safety over. That's a great little RPO pass to the Camden Overton out of the backfield there.
Yeah, good play call. Roll out.
All right, there we go. Same play. They're giving us the hitch.
Take what they give you.
And he's taking it. Just a simple little smash combo, hitch corner, and sprint out to it. To the right, make it easier on the quarterback. All right, we got trips to the field. Quads with the running back, so this could be a screen and go.
Oh, no, that was great coverage by 2-1. That was a good coverage. That was not open at all.
He not only did he not go with that little out route look on the wheel route, he just stayed in position and was able to wall off Christian Mathis to the sideline. That's a textbook cornerback play into the boundary there. All right. Let's see, Marietta's lining up with a fullback and a tight end, third down, trying to isolate the outside receivers. See if we can get a
high.
Good play there.
Look out there.
Camden Overton trying to get that little short little pop pass. Again, it's been pretty consistent for Marietta. We've only missed it twice tonight, and that's just, you overthrew the big fella there. Got to get that somewhere in his range to grip that.
Yep. And we got 4th and 4.
Yep, 4th and 4. Let's see what Marietta's gonna, if they're gonna go stay in wide or run an empty set here. All right. We got wide receivers. I'll be looking for some double crossers here with how tight the slots are.
Safe throw.
Yeah, it's a great run through by the slot with the slant underneath.
Give it to the big body. He shielded them off and made it a sure catch. Got a couple yards after that.
Luke Morgan, number 2 in the slot there, did a great job of outside release and to make the safety freeze. All right, roll out to the right, hitch corner.
Oh, that's a flag.
Going to be
that's definitely going to be a
pass interference. Which I think we're happy about that. I don't know if that was going to be caught without pass interference.
We're going to take that pass interference, definitely.
All right, Marietta starting to get some rhythm and play quickly on offense. And for the first time this half, Colquitt looks on their heels and confused. To the point where they've just made a mental mistake, which has been very hard to come by this half. All right, let's see. Marietta's going to be bunched up into the boundary with a single receiver out to the right. I wouldn't be surprised in seeing a sprint out right with a throwback to the field to Camden Overton. Let's see how those safeties go. No, in the backfield.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there. Luckily, he got away from that.
Yeah, we're missing some basic offensive slide calls here because it looked like the offensive line stepped to the left, leaving nobody on the defensive end to the right. At some point, that offensive line either has to split slide or the running back has to go away from the slide. I wish we could have gotten the replay for that for y'all. All right, let's see. Marietta lined up with the slots on and the outside receivers off. They're pretty tight, so we've got some working the corners to the field.
Oh, it was in his hands.
Oh, man,
it was
in and out of his hands. That's tough result right there. Trying to force that into our most dynamic receiver, and he wasn't able to keep hold of it with the pressure from the safety right on his back. All right, we got 3rd down and 10 from the 11. So while Marietta can get a first down, it looks like they're going to have 2 chances to go to the end zone here, and I'd expect them to take advantage of the whole field and not try and get half of it. All right, the corner is wide open. And then
it was there, but
the pressure in the quarterback's face, forcing him to throw a fade off of his back foot while he's falling backwards. You really got to stand those guys up at least a little bit so the quarterback can step into his throw.
Yeah,
that was a wide open play call by Coach Morgan. That was a great play call.
Now we're back in the 4th down situation. Could still get the first, but 4th and 10.
Well, it's another opportunity to do the same play. We've been attacking the outsides and the corners a lot. Let's see if Cameron Perry can get inside here as the number 3 receiver. Oh, he was wide open.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate.
You know, that's a player trying to make a great play, knowing the situation there. I think that's a pretty heads-up play by our quarterback. Tyler Hughes was. The ball gets knocked out of his hand. He picks it back up and he tries to deliver the ball where he can. He knows they've got to get into the end zone there, so he elects to try and get it to the guy that's in the blue grass.
Yeah. And now he's down. It's like maybe a cramp as well. There's opportunity. I mean, we had it in our hands in the end zone play before that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capitalize on it. Then, of course, the ball slips out of Tyler's hands. He made a great play picking it up and trying to get into the end zone to one of his Blue Devil teammates. But, you know, unfortunately, it didn't work out. And you know, first down, 1st and 10, Colquitt, 4:27 remaining.
Yeah, it's tough for Marietta's offense to find a way to pass block right now. You don't have anybody dominating on the offensive line. Well, in my opinion, if our left tackle wasn't starting both sides of the ball, you could probably depend on him to isolate in the pass rush. But because Emmanuel Otane's playing both ways, he's a little bit more fatigued, and it's tough to do a 5-man slide when you've got a smaller than average size running back who's going to be on that edge backside. And you know, everybody's going to have to zone slide on the pass plays because nobody has the energy or the size to be able to do a one-on-one block. It's going to be a lot of hard work for Marietta this next week to figure out how to pass block efficiently and still have 5 people running routes.
Yeah.
Or at least 4. All right, fullbacks up tight. We're going to see downfield pistol running, backside guard pulled up.
Missed tackle.
Yeah, and then you see how much confidence the running back has in his speed. He had a good 6-yard gain right off the tackle, but decided to bust it out to the outside because he thinks he can run the corner around somebody, hold the edge on him flat-footed, and he's almost done it. Almost done it about 10 times tonight. Marietta's been able to stretch him for about 8 or 10-yard gains, and he plays some slower or less decisive guys on the edge. He's going to have 200-yard rushing games. All right, Marietta with a strong safety backside in the box. Kind of a 3-4 look. Colquitt runs to the field.
Stretch it out as well.
Yeah.
And a flag on the play.
Marietta's trying to get that stretched out, but the edge contained keeps getting blocked out and downfield, so the more they're stretching it, the more yards they're giving up. You want to try and stretch them flat down the field and not give up yardage when you're stretching them down the field, and that's just a tough place to play from, back on your heel with somebody's hands in your chest. Well, I'll tell you what, looking forward to 6 more games at home with us broadcasting this. That Marietta defense has been out there an awful lot today.
Yes, they have.
And they don't look run down and ragged. They don't look like they've played the number of plays that they have. I don't see guys with their hands on their knees and their heads down. I think that's a good sign for the future.
It is. I mean, they've done a good job. Somebody needs to buy them some steaks.
Another zone to the field here. See if you're going to cut it backside and follow the fullback. I'm pretty sure that when Colquitt's running these zone plays, you keep your eye on the fullback, and then I'll tell you where this running back's feeling comfortable. Fullback in, and the running back,
He bounces out. He's
bounced
say, hey,
outside
catch me if you can.
Yeah. They're going to be real dangerous if they can get some blocking on the edge from these wide receivers.
Run down at the 22-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on the play.
All right, first down and 10. Marietta is getting right close to crunch time. The 3 timeouts do remain. So Marietta can give up a first down with as much as 2 minutes and 3 seconds left remaining on the clock to get a couple of plays left, but being down 10 points, Marietta's going to need a score, a turnover, and a score. So they really need to get a stop here on this set of downs. And
another
there
first
you
down.
go. Finally got the edge and got over a 10-yard run there. And you can see Marietta's having a tough time with the linebackers coming up and keeping that edge tight.
Yeah.
They're just at the point now where Colquitt knows what they need to do, and that is put their hands and lean on your chest, and they give up 1 or 2 yards holding the edge, and that goes from a 6-yard run into a 20-yard run. It shows you how important just a couple of steps are in the game of football, especially those vertical steps. So they're going to power it in here again. Let's see if we get a pull from the left guard. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, the limiting factor for this running back for Colquitt County is going to be his ability to do what the play call says. You got a kick out block with the backside guard pulling inside to hopefully lead off of the double team on the nose. That play right there got Colquitt 2 yards, but if he keeps that inside, it might get more yards, but more importantly, it creates regularity with what you're doing, and you can run more stuff off of that. I think this young man's going to have a great season, but bouncing it outside is going to be a limiting factor to how many yards he's going to get.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is he's proven he can run it between the tackles and the Wildcat, because that's all they do in the Wildcat is...
Yeah, he's very successful running the Wildcat tonight.
But he knows his job in Wildcat is to stay inside the tackle, because if he gets out the side of the tight end, I bet his coach lights him up on it. He's got a little loosey-goosey trying to get to the edge to put a dagger in the heart of Marietta's team here. And we're sitting at 2nd and 8 with 1:46. Who took that last time out? Was that Colquitt? I can't believe that.
Yeah, that was Colquitt. He probably had a, hey guys, come in, ball security. Probably told him, you need to run inside the tackles, stop trying to bounce it outside. You never know. Hey, we might see it on this next play. But it looks like he's lined up in Wildcat.
Yeah, they line up with Wildcat. They brought their big guys in. That number 47, he's not even quite a fullback. We call him a sniffer because he's right up on that offensive line. They're not using wet wipes. You can smell it.
And looks like Marietta calls a timeout this time.
There we go. Third and 7 here, so it's a perfect situation for Marietta to get a stop. Drexel, what do you think we're going to see here coming out of this timeout? Is Colquitt going to line up in Wildcat and maybe try and do this, or are they going to line up in a traditional and run their zone read? I think they're either going to run in zone read or they're going to line up in Wildcat and let number 8 run it with a few lead blockers.
Yeah, I think either way, number 8 is going to touch the ball. Definitely going to run it, even if it's 4th down. They want to make Marietta use another timeout. Yeah, it's hopefully the defense is able to hold, at least give the offense another chance to get on the field and do something. But like you said, like we've been saying the whole game, the defense has done what they needed to do this game, in my opinion. Yeah, they've given up some points, a few drives here and there, but they've held strong. It's just a lot of miscues in different areas of the game.
And Colquitt is coming out in a traditional pistol. Looks like they're going to run a little power here to the left side with a cutback option over the center to the right.
Oh, miscommunication. And he still gets positive yards.
Great opportunity for Marietta to take advantage of that, but they were back on their heels a little bit.
Ellis Reed on the tackle.
All right, there's Marietta's timeout, minute 35 left in the game, 4th and 4. It'll be real interesting now to see what Colquitt does after that miscommunication in the backfield from a traditional pistol set.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised, unless they punt the ball, I'd be very surprised if they don't come out here and try and end the game with Wildcat with number 8. I wouldn't even begrudge the offensive coordinator if he did that, what's got to be in the playbook, a little bit of a reverse with the running back with number 8 in the Wildcats position.
Look at that. That's the miscue there.
Hell yeah.
Miscommunication.
Miss tackle. And falling forward. Yep. All right, and they are showing punt. So they're going to make Marietta go probably 80-plus yards again.
It's been working for them this half, so.
It's worked the entire game. It's tough to go more than 80 yards. It's tough to go 80 yards.
Oh, got a little. Did we get a hand on it, or
no? That's just a bad rugby kick, trying to get away from that pressure there. Run into his left, kind of dropped the ball outside of his body frame, and almost looked like he kicked it with his shin. Lucky he got a foot on it. Another great effort by the Blue Devils defense. You knew what Colquitt was going to come in and do on that possession, and they tried to do a couple of tricky things to get you out of position, and Marietta held firm and got the offense the ball. Let's see if we take advantage of this one-on-one on the field side.
Oh,
and that's Camden Perry with the little Broncos, Boise State Broncos.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Little short hitch pitched underneath to the flat route, and we don't ever see it here at Marietta, but there is a guy for him to pitch it to. Whoever we get in those hands, they like to sprint. Previous man in that spot was Ricky White. He's playing for Michigan State. Over 200-yard game as a true freshman. All right, 1, 2, 3, release the ball.
And touchdown. He's in there. That's a touchdown. There you go. And that's what Marietta needed to do. They needed to come out quick. They needed to strike, and they didn't take much time off the clock at all. So, hey, another opportunity.
And you see what Tyler Hughes is capable of doing when the offensive line doesn't give up a penetration step to the defensive line, and he's able to stay in the pocket and step into the throw.
Yep.
That 35-yard deep throw to the outside post coming shallow, fitting it in between those cornerbacks.
Look at that.
There's only a few kids in high school football that can make that throw. In my opinion, the most underrated quarterback, Tyler Hughes is the most underrated quarterback in Cobb County football.
All right, now let's see if we can get this extra point. Up, and it is good. There you go. There you go.
3-point game, minute and 1 second left. For those of you who are Blue Devil Pride forever, you know that Richard Morgan has several onside kicks he likes to attempt. In the past 6 years, there's about 10 or 12 different onsides that we go for, depending on how many of the athletes we like having out there on the field.
Yeah, I remember a few years back, I think we got 3 in a row.
Still lost that game, but we did get 3 in a row.
We lost that game, but it was a great game and put us in a position to try to win it. Those onside kicks, I mean, it's just amazing that not only did you recover 1, you recovered 2, and like, you can't do it for a third time. Oh, we did do it for a third time.
We did do it a third time. It actually ended up recovering 4 or 5 more onside kicks the rest of that season, which just goes to show you that putting the time to work on the little things at practice makes the end result that much better. This is something that they've practiced, and I'm looking forward to see what we're going to come out in here. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that we're going to go towards Daniel Martin's side. It looks like everybody's going to be out wide.
You got Daniel Martin over there, but you have Overton
Daniel
down the
Martin's
bottom.
in the number 4 spot next to looks like next to Carlos Cervantes. They might be going to number 8 out here on the right if everybody but him comes in.
Whoa. Timeout.
So
Colquitt County.
We'll see if Marietta lines up in the same formation. They've got several different options from this formation. You have to have at least 4 people on each side of the football when you kick off, so you can't have more than 6 on a side. But when these, you get 5 on each side and they're outside the hashes, you can keep them there and try and kick it out wide, or you can bring them into the kicker and then try and kick one of those little pooch kicks right down the middle. So I believe that if that's what they line up in again, then that's what we're going to get. I believe that the Colquitt defense was in a 5-5 look with 5 people on the front line, 5 on the back, and then 1 person deep. Although I don't particularly know if Marietta has the speed to pooch one deep
over and kind of try to
try and get it. So I think Colquitt's kind of wasted that guy out, that person out there. Let's see, they're in a 5-5. Their spacing is okay. There's a big gap at the top of the M right here if everybody squeezes in. So we'll see if they go just left of the center for Marietta. All right, Lone Wolf to the far left. One guy's there, he's kicking it all the way out left.
Oh, they stopped. Back it up.
Woo! He didn't move. Oh, no. 18 moved. It's on now. Lone Wolf. And they didn't go for it. So you saw they had number 5 out there to create an isolation, hoping that the tackle on the front line moves in. The tackle on the front line did move in, but it doesn't look like the kicker is getting much of an option to make their own decision. I think Coach Morgan saw what they were doing, told them to stop, gave them the middle call, and then they adjusted into the middle, and you don't have enough time to stop and tell them to kick it out wide again. That's a tough one. It's less than 10% success rate for that play. So, all right, Colquitt is in victory formation. Less than a minute left. No timeouts for Marietta. It should be new rule. I believe last year you can take a knee from the shotgun.
So, opportunities this game. I see a lot in the special teams. Of course, a lot of offensive miscues. Defense, like we were saying, I think they played pretty well. You know, they deserve a good dinner tonight or good breakfast in the morning, whichever one they prefer. But you know, how do you feel about this game overall?
It's tough. So competitive at Marietta, and so you want to create this culture of greatness through being an impactful person and trying to be somebody. And you hate to have moral victories. You want to just win the game. I think the defense played amazing. They gave up 13 points. The offense can take the top off of the defense. Colquitt was in cover 4 and only was able to keep the Marietta receivers capped a few times. It really comes down to figuring out a couple of ways that the offensive line and a running back can consistently block on pass plays to create some unpressured time for Tyler to be able to throw the ball. you can't be forced to throw the ball 70, 80% of the time and have no time to throw it.
Right. Well, Coach, I'm sure has a lot of film, a lot of corrections to do, a lot of conversations about mental errors. You know, we pretty much led the game majority of the time. Second half, I mean, Colquitt just basically took over. But, you know, we'll regroup. That's what Marietta does. So we'll regroup. No game next Friday, so they'll have a pretty good week of practice, I'm pretty sure, and work on some of those things. So, and then on September 3rd, McEachern High School, or Powder Springs High, as LT Melton would say, actually comes over to the cut, and that should be another good one as well. So, hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate all the work of the staff, the kids. Mr. Dempsey, you always do a great job. Shout out to all our sponsors, and a special shout out to Coach Will for coming up in the booth during LT's absence and doing an amazing job and giving a lot of insight and a lot of background on these kids that he's known pretty much throughout their high school career. So thank you. Everybody have a good, safe night. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, be somebody.